they believe like on some level, oh, we got give them help because they're disenfranchised, they're affected by historical wrongdoings in America. But that's really enforcing a victimhood mentality rather than investing into black businesses, rather than investing into black neighborhoods, rather than investing into these marginalized communities. They try to give you a handout. But the saying goes, teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. Give a man a fish, feed him for a day. And I think a lot of times when the voting kind of comes into question, there are big elections like presidential or elections for the state, like the governor. They always remind you on the left about how they give out food stamps, and they say, "Hey, they're trying to take your food stamps away." Most times, policies never explicitly state, "Hey, we're going to end all of this." They always say, "Hey, here's the conditions. We're going to update these conditions on how you get these social programs, Section 8 food stamps." And as a person who's bear witness to this firsthand, who's lived with these social programs, I've been on food stamps. I've been around Section 8. I've
Pal, I'm
been
gonna
in
be honest.
Section
You're
8.
fucking yapping, dude.
I don't think I'm yapping. I'm giving you some personal experience. I don't think you can relate to my experience, so it's hard for you to understand. Have you ever been on a social program before?
I have.
You have? Which one?
I'm not. I'm not gonna tell you that
Why?
because it's personal information.
Okay. So I told you some personal information of mine. I told you I've been on food stamps before. And I'm telling you that I believe that they try and use food stamps to say, hey, we give you this, therefore you ought to vote for me. They always grift to black people. They always grift to people of color with all these social programs instead of actually investing into
Okay.
people.
So
Uh,
here's what we know so far. You think that food stamps incentivize people to remain unemployed, and you think that talking about the historical and like modern day systemic oppression of black individuals that enforces a victim hood mentality. And C, you think that food stamps grift to black people. So in response to A, that food stamps incentivize people to not work, you literally have to work in order to claim food stamps. Wrong.
you
Throw
you
that one
have
out
to
the window.
work.
Yes,
Oh,
USDA federal food stamps include a work requirement. Now, B, saying that the discussion of the fact of historical and current day oppression of black individuals in America enforces a victim mentality. Well, all that you're saying is that if it is true that black individuals have been historically oppressed, then black individuals are victims of oppression. Yeah, duh. Right? And then in
okay.
response to your third point, saying that food stamps grift to black people, I'm not even so sure what you mean by that statement. So if you want to kind of give us a little bit of an explanation of what you mean when you say that food stamps grift to black people, that would be great.
So let me address what you said first. When you said you have to work to be on food stamps, you're not incentivized to get a higher paying job or education on food stamps because you literally just have to kind of just say, "Hey, I'm trying." You can put in job applications, not have a job, and still get food stamps because I've been in that situation. Not me personally, but my parents. Yeah, I've been in that situation. So I know you don't have to be employed. You have to be seeking employment. There's also state
So,
laws.
so what you just said is not true about federal food stamps as chartered through the USDA. You have to be employed. You have to meet a particular work requirement in order to receive federal benefits.
What are
Now,
the
now about like state benefits, I'm sure that it's different, and I'm sure that it varies by state. Now we're talking about federal food stamps.
Okay, what are those requirements? Federal food stamps.
I could pull them up if you want me to.
Okay.
I mean, I don't understand how this is relevant to your original claim that food stamps are racist, but I'll do it nonetheless.
I said DEI
Oh
is
yeah,
inherently.
yeah, even better. I don't even understand how this is relevant to your first point when you said that DEI is
So
racist.
so what's
Um,
the word inherently mean?
Intrinsically, like innate to, it's always the case that like if
Right?
X then Y
By its nature, right?
by its nature. Okay,
So do you
so
agree that the
So it
American
looks like
system?
the vague work requirements for food stamps are that you have to work 80 hours a month. Now there is a you could also work in like qualified work programs. and there's like exemptions, like people over a certain age, disabilities, etc., under a certain age, and there's like a vague gist of the work requirements for federal food stamps. But now I want to go back to a very specific claim that you made. You said that food stamps grift to black people. Okay, can
Well,
you define grift
okay.
real quick, just so I could understand that statement?
They pander to, they lean toward,
Define pander.
like specifically targeting a certain demographic.
Okay, give me an idea of what you mean when you say target. What does that mean?
Well, when you take an idea, or excuse me, when you take something that is a talking point of, and this is not all the way, all the time, but this is just one example. Take a talking point that a group of people have and make sure that you mention that talking point many times. Make sure that you keep that on the forefront of their mind. You're now pandering to those people because you're trying to get them in that.
Oh, are you saying because Democrats say that low income Americans should be able to access food stamps, that panders to black people because you think black people are poor? Like, that's the best understanding of the argument that I could take away? Like, I've never seen a Democrat go on stage and say, "Hey, black people, we want to give you food stamps." I've never heard a Democrat say that in my life. You know, what I have heard Democrats say is, low income Americans deserve access to these benefits right now. And you're saying that's pandering and targeting black people? So are you
Yeah,
saying
no
that,
one,
like, oh, all black people are
no one in
poor?
their right mind. No one in their right mind is going to get up on stage and blatantly say something racist. Lots of people say things that are not
I'm
understood to
just
be.
gonna ignore you calling that racist. I just want to know what you mean when you say that Democrats target black people and they advocate for social safety nets for low income Americans.
So when
And
you were
and
looking
and the,
at,
and people do get up on stage and say blatantly racist shit. For example, Trump. Now,
okay,
I want you to
no,
be
I know
able to
you got
address
it.
this. How do Democrats advocating for social safety nets for low income Americans target black people?
Because what would be better than giving people handouts would be trying to incentivize them to start
No,
businesses.
you're not answering my
Trying,
question. Saying that incentivizing people to start businesses is smarter than food stamps is not asking my question on how the fuck are Democrats pandering to black people when they say that low-income Americans should be able to access food stamps. You're not answering my
when
question. Try again.
when you were talking about the requirements for federal food stamps, let me ask you, and this is relevant to your question, so that's why I'm asking you.
I don't see any relevance yet, but I'll let you continue.
Well, thank you. So, what about people who are unemployed with children?
Okay,
Do they not get food stamps?
not relevant at all. Thank you.
I think it's relevant because there are a lot of single black mothers in the black community that have multiple children and are not employed and are receiving benefits. And they pretty much say, hey, well, hey, that's how you feed your kids. But what it looks like is from a personal level, when you actually are sitting there staring it in the face, you see a lot of people just having kids to keep getting these social programs, these welfare systems handed to them.
Oh, okay. So it's funny
And that
because
happens to
you've been talking about racism since the moment you joined. The only thing racist that has been said yet this stream is you suggesting that low-income Black Americans are more likely to exploit the qualifications of social safety nets than low-income white Americans. I can't even believe this. And it wasn't like specifically like Black Americans. It was more specifically Black women. So, in other words, it's not just racist; it's misogyn war. You're telling us that you think that low-income Black women are more likely to exploit social safety nets than any other group of people in the country. That's
what
racist.
experience? What experience do you have with this, Dean? I came out of a black woman, so how can you tell me?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Even if your mother is a Black woman, you have absolutely no fucking right to talk down on all Black women. And actually, I would argue that because your mother is a Black woman, you should fucking know this.
Dean, what am I supposed to know exactly? Because you don't have the experience of being black to speak on being black at all. So that's one of the things that I kind of don't agree with people on your side with. You don't have the right to tell me what I should know and what I ought to say and do. You're
Look,
not black enough.
I absolutely, I completely, 110% agree that white individuals are just simply not going to know firsthand what it is like to be Black in America. Okay, and I'll acknowledge that I just simply can't know as a white man. Okay, but that doesn't mean that I cannot tell you that you are wrong when you like start talking about how much all black women suck. You like I think that there is like confines to what white people can and cannot say about like claims on behalf of black Americans. But I think something that white people can say is that it is like wrong to target, discriminate, and prosecute all black women in America. And if now you're just telling me that like basically you are now rejecting my argument that you are doing something wrong by targeting by targeting all black women in America because I'm white, I mean, this seems to kind of be in contradiction to what you came up here saying, right? Because this whole time you've been saying that something about how you basically think that all people are equal and we could all just talk about everything. And we shouldn't be giving preferential treatment or treat individuals differently based upon their race, right? The whole like colorblind claim, right? And I think that there's a lot of problems with a colorblind claim because that ignores historical oppression, that ignores modern day oppression, because at the end of the day, although everybody in society is equal, society doesn't treat everybody as equal. And we need to be able to talk about that to fix and address it. But like now you're just rejecting my argument that all black women don't suck because I'm white.
So, Dean, so I don't understand how you can say all that still with the understanding that you don't have any experience in the position of being black. So, when I offer you an example of black issues, you now try to throw this whole I'm throwing black women under the bus. I'm telling you firsthand that I see something that's affecting us, and I know what the root cause of it is. Anyone who's incentivized
Okay.
to do something
You have the mic
can
connected
abuse
again.
it.
You have the mic connected again. You have to disconnect
All right,
your
okay.
Bluetooth device.
Can you give me a minute, 30 seconds then?
Are you driving?
No, no. I'm at a computer actually.
Okay. So, I mean,
You know,
I think where we're at now is like you were making the argument that low-income Black Americans are disproportionately likely to exploit social safety nets, and then I was like, what the fuck? Like that is like an example of like an incredibly like bigoted belief, right? Because you're just like further perpetuating discrimination and prosecution, right, of Black individuals, more specifically Black women, and you're telling me I can't say that because I'm white? Like I'm not sure that I'm tracking. I agree. There's a lot of shit that I can't say because I'm white. 110%. Is that one of them? I don't think so.
yeah, you had me beat, Dean.
Okay. So are you going to give an argument? He disconnected. We're going to move on to the next guest. Everyone just give us a minute. If you're in that queue, make sure that means that you support Trump. We're going to move on right now, everybody. Do just kind of give us a minute to get that next guest loaded up in the box, y'all. Going to put a Maga with your age down below in that chat. And Yo, Sensitive Eladia, thank you so much for the $100 donation over on YouTube. Super Chat, Eladia. Thank you so much, Eladia. Let's get 1,000 Eladia W's down below in that comment section. Thank you, Eladia. Thank you so much. Eladia says, made it out to your state finally, Dean, cheering you on from Vail. Eladia, I hope that you enjoy Vail. It is so beautiful there. I love Vail so much. So everybody, please, let's get 1,000 Eladia W's down below. And let's also get 200 Megan W's down below for the $20 super chat. Megan didn't leave a message. Just Megan, know that I appreciate you. I appreciate you and Eladia. Once again, Eladia, I do not fucking deserve that $100 donation. Like, holy shit, that is so much money. But thank you. As well as Kelly, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
No, I just wanted to say thank you for saying what you said to the last person. I'm a black female, black mother, sister, daughter, all the things, and he needs. My comment said, "I'm black and I can say it," and boy, bye. And I'm glad he hung up because the representation just, oh my God.
Kelly, I love you. You're an icon, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I appreciate you for popping up.
All right. Thank you. You too.
You have a good one, Kelly. We're going to move on to the next guest, y'all. We're going to move on to the next guest, everybody. Just give us a minute to get that next guest loaded into the stream, y'all. Keep in mind that we are just looking to have some debates with Trump supporters. If you're watching and that's you, you're a Trump supporter, let me know down below. We'll get you pulled up. Let's go to try to get that next guest up. Like, the only person that I see in the chat that, like, obviously looks like a Trump supporter, his name is, like, Mason, and I have a feeling that he's 14, so I'm not going to load him up. Welcome in, Caden. Do you support Trump?
Yeah.
Age, Caden?
19,
Ooh, what year were you born in?
2002.
Dude, come on. If you're going, whatever, bruh. I'm just gonna kick you and move on. Whatever, moving on. Here we go, everyone. Give us a minute, you guys. We're gonna get that next guest. I clip everything loaded up into the box. And yo, Roger, thank you for the $25 donation over on Venmo, man. Thank you so much. Roger says, "Can I camp out in your brain for like 10 minutes? But seriously, twice your age, and I feel smarter every time I watch you debate." Thanks, Dean. Well, thank you, Roger, for being here, and thank you for the compliment, dude. I love reading these messages on the donations. You guys are always so kind. Show some love to Roger down below. Thank you. As well as I clip everything. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Okay, age.
My age is 19.
Great. What year were you born in?
2006.
There you go. What month?
January 19th, brother.
All right, yeah, you'd be 19. Let me go in and thank one more person before we hop into the debate here. Super duper quickly. Okay. Sid, 16 minutes ago over on Venmo, donated $75. Dude, Sid, that is so much money. Holy crap. Thank you, Sid. I want to get 1,000 Sid W's down below in that comment section while we're hopping into the debate with I clip everything down here. Sid, seriously, thank you. That is so fucking kind. Sid says, "Dean, hi, yay, later stream." Yeah, for the first time ever. Sid says, "I feel like I could never watch your lives on weekdays. Hope you're well." I am well. And you're right, this is a little bit of a later stream today. I'm loving it. Thank you for being here, Sid. I'm happy that we could finally have you catch a live. And thank you for the $75 donation. There's a handful of other donations I'd like to get around to. We're going to go let Mr. I Clip Everything start his argument. So show some love to Sid and Roger down below in that comment section. And I Clip Everything. Take it away. Why do you support Trump?
Hey, so I kind of want to get into a specific policy, and that'd be the pro-life argument. So pretty much what I'd like to start off with is I think the reason why we should value people inside of the womb is mainly because of the idea that they could at some point be conscious, and I value consciousness overall. I mean, just the potential of being conscious, I feel like that should be the main reason why people should be pro-life. I mean, I don't really understand why the other guy was talking about DNA, because at the end of the day, consciousness is really what defines or differentiates us over animals. That's why we should value human life over animal life. You know what I mean?
Well, listen, I could be disingenuous and ask you questions here that you probably don't know the response to that would invalidate your position. But the same questions would apply to my position. They just wouldn't invalidate it since I do know the response. But, like, for instance, a pig is just as conscious as a 3-year-old toddler, right? So does this mean that you value a pig just as much as a 3-year-old toddler?
Yeah, but the difference is a pig isn't gonna surpass that, if you will.
Okay, what if this 3-year-old toddler has terminal brain cancer and they have 2 months to live? I mean, that's dark, but it definitely, like, would it be a valid hypothetical or question in this scenario?
I mean, wouldn't you want to try and save it? I don't really understand how that...
Did you just call a child it? Did you just call a 3-year-old toddler with brain cancer it?
I mean, we're not talking about a specific person here, so... I mean, I guess I could refer to it as an it. It's not actually...
No, dude, stop defending the view. No, you cannot refer to toddlers with brain cancer with 3 months to live. No, bad.
I mean, if it was an actual person you were talking about, I would refer to him as...
Wait. Are 3-year-old toddlers with brain cancer not people?
That's not what I'm saying at all. You're using an example. I'm not going to refer to an example as an actual...
How about this? Okay. Listen. We've been debating abortion for a little bit today. In fact, it's what we've spent most of the stream debating. Most of the people today have been kind of insufferable. I mean, I'm not targeting you. It just so happens that everybody today has sucked a little bit. I want to ask you a question. Do you think that victims of rape, for instance, should be able to access abortion?
Honestly, yeah.
Okay,
I
good.
mean,
Good.
the
Okay.
difference between rape and the difference between somebody willing to have unprotected sex is that the person with unprotected sex, right, is fully conscious and fully aware that
The difference is
sooner or later,
consent, by the way.
yeah,
I'll,
consent.
I'll just clear it up. There you go. I want to ask you a question, though. So you're telling us that you value consciousness and you think that consciousness grants the right to life, but you think that it's so valuable that you're willing to extend that right to anybody or anything that may be conscious in the future.
I mean, something that could develop the same amount of consciousness as you and me, pretty much.
So you're
That's what
saying
I value.
consciousness equals right to life, and if a life form has the ability to be conscious in the future, you will also extend them the right to life too.
Ye-
Right.
Sorry, can you rephrase that?
You're saying that consciousness equals the right to life, and if anything or anybody has the potential to be conscious in the future, then you will extend that right to them too because they have the potential to be conscious in the future.
Yes.
Bad logic. We never, right, grant people rights based upon traits they'll have in the future. Okay? Think about it this way.
Why?
Would we say that being 18 gives you the right to consent to sex? Therefore, we're going to give 10-year-olds the right to consent to sex because they will possibly be 18 in the future. Do we say that?
Oh,
Or do
that's
we
what you
say
mean.
that you have to actually be 18 before you get the right to consent to sex?
Okay, so I think mainly what I'm talking about or referring about is just the right to live. I mean, sex is something completely different than being alive, obviously,
Well,
but
the relevance is identifying like traits, attributes that grant rights, and how we never will grant that right until they actually have that attribute. Okay, like 18 with sex. I think it might even be should be a little bit older. That's just what it is right now. 21 with drinking alcohol. We could go on all day long here, right? You have to actually possess the trait in order to be granted the right. So I think we should do the same thing with consciousness. If you think that consciousness grants the right to life, they should actually be conscious, right? Until they get the right to life, meaning that they should get that right at around 20 through 24 weeks when they have the ability to deploy some low levels of consciousness, and they shouldn't get it at any point before that.
huh. I mean, so you really value once a person is or once
Right,
whatever.
right. Yeah, and it makes,
Value.
yes, precisely. And it makes no fucking sense to grant it to the fetus at any point before that because think about it, right? A zygote, the first stage of human development, fucking sperm, egg, meat, boom, unicellular zygote. They have the same level of potentiality to be conscious in the future as a fetus at 20 weeks. But are we seriously going to say that a single unicellular organism has the right to life? Are we going to say that it's murder to kill a unicellular organism? Absolutely not, right?
I
Even
mean,
though it has that
the thing
potentiality to be
is,
conscious in the future. So that's why we shouldn't give rights based upon potential consciousness in the future.
unicellular organisms. So if a unicellular organism actually had the time to fucking grow and flourish into an actual human being, I would say, yeah, we should let it fucking live, dude. I mean, I
Would it be?
feel like,
Would you say that we should legally enforce people from like killing to stop killing unicellular organisms? That we should bring down the might and fist of the American criminal justice system and send people to jail for 25 to life if they kill a unicellular organism?
I mean, the thing is, you're making it sound as if like it's a little fucking microbe, right?
I
And
am
it's
because it is.
I mean, yeah, but the difference between a microbe and a fucking little baby fetus is that a fetus is actually has potential to grow into something. A
No,
microbe is going to
no,
stay.
no. The microbe, the zygote, has that too.
What do you? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So the difference
So
between
that's not
the
a
microbe.
difference.
What do you mean?
If they both have it, then it's not a difference. A difference is something that one would have but not the other, in order to make them different. They're the same if they both have it, meaning they're not different within this respect. I don't know how else to explain it. If they both have this trait, then this isn't a difference. like if me and my girlfriend both wear blue shoes, then the color of our shoes is not a difference that we have. right? Just like if both the zygote and a fetus have the ability to be conscious in a future, then the ability to be conscious is not a difference that the fetus has, but the zygote doesn't.
Okay, so what I think personally is I believe that a zygote being a pre-stage fetus, right? Just to
Zygote being
understand
the
what-
first stage of human development.
Yeah, sorry. So the zygote grows into the fetus. I believe that the zygote should also have a right to live.
So if I
mean-
kill a unicellular organism, you think I'm a murderer?
If you kill depends. If the unicellular organism is gonna grow into a baby, then I feel like that baby or that zygote should have a right to life.
You're not telling me if I'm a murderer if I kill it, and that's the question I asked you.
Yeah, I feel like you're a murderer.
Should murderers
if
go to
you had
jail?
Yes, murderers should go to jail.
Okay, so if I kill a unicellular organism, you think I should go to jail?
Pretty much. If it's gonna grow into a human, yes.
Dude, do you agree that like serial killers that are gonna continue to serially kill, like if we know with certain evidence that they're guilty, like they should probably be like go to DEA, they should be unalived legally. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay, what's a serial killer? Because legally it's defined as a 3-count murder or more. What is your take on what a serial killer is?
I mean, what you described pretty much.
So if I kill 4 unicellular zygotes, you'd be perfectly fine with me being unalived.
I mean, like, let's put it.
Because that'd be 4 counts of murder.
If you
More
kill a
than
pregnant-
3. Come on, no,
So,
you just got. You just
you
got
think if
absolutely
you
got.
kill-
You just told us that you're
you
okay
think if you
with
kill
serial
a pregnant
killers.
woman,
You're,
it's
no.
double murder?
You're answering my question. I'm not answering yours, buddy. Answer the question there, pal.
Yeah, I did answer it. I
So
feel like it should be.
if I kill 4 unicellular organisms, you'd be okay with a state unaliving
with
me.
the potential of growing into human
You'd
life,
be okay
yes.
with a state
the
sentencing
same
me
way
to
that
death.
if you kill a pregnant woman.
Wait, just no,
that
just
counts
I
as
just want to be
double
clear.
murder.
I just want to be
The
clear.
same way.
I just want to be clear. You'd be okay with me being sentenced to death for killing 4 unicellular organisms.
I mean, depends what if you're talking about abortion.
No, I'm talking
mean,
about me looking at a zygote and going bam, and it's dead. If I do that 4 times in a row, we've already discussed, you've already concluded that I'm a 4-count murderer, and then you told us that you're okay with sending serial killers to death, and you defined as serial killers anything more than a 3-count murderer, so that make me a serial killer. If I go bam
Yeah.
on 4 zygotes, would you be okay with me being sentenced to death?
I mean, let's put it into perspective, right?
No,
If
I
you
just want a
kill-
yes
if
or you
no.
no.
Kill it without the,
I
let's say
just
if you kill it without the mother's
want a yes or
consent.
no. Mute. Yes or no, please. I guess you can't answer yes or no if you're muted. I didn't really think that one through. I'll unmute. I'm gonna unmute you. Now answer the question.
Yes, I said yes.
Okay, all right. So yeah, pro-lifers in 2025 think that you should be sentenced to death if you kill unicellular organisms. I'm gonna let you sit with that one, man. Debate sounds over to me. If you're in that queue, make sure that you're at least 18 and you support Trump. Let's go to load you up here. We got Cody loaded into the live. There's 2 people that I've been meaning to thank over on Venmo. This is from 20 minutes ago and 15 minutes ago. Jenny donated $50 over on Venmo. Jenny, jeez, dude, thank you.
You know I love to join you.
What?
I said, you know I love to join you. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's debate. Let's debate.
Okay, let's debate, Cody. I don't know if I remember you. I'm down to have a conversation. Can I finish thanking Jenny real quick?
I called you Harry. Remember? You know.
A lot of old, incoherent, drunk people call me Harry sometimes. I don't know. It's...
But I'm not drunk. I promise you that.
Okay, bet, Cody.
Go ahead.
All right, let me finish thanking Jenny real quick. Jenny, thank you for the $50 donation over on Venmo. I appreciate you for that love. That is JENI. Let's get 500 Jenny W's down below in the comment section. Thank you so much. Jenny says, you give me hope for the future, Jenny. That is so kind. That is like literally one of the best compliments I could receive. So it means the world to me. Let's see 500 Jenny W's down below. And then also Emily with a $50 over on Venmo. Emily says, I've been listening and learning from you for years, and you've helped me sift through so much BS and further educate myself on these really important issues. Thank you. Emily, thank you for taking the time to educate yourself, and thank you for taking the time out of your day to be here. You are a fucking icon. Huge shout out to Emily and Jenny. I thank you both for the $50 donations. Super duper kind. And then also, dude, we got Connor, the Connie Connor, sending me $1 asking me to bring him up, dude. He says, "Fine, Dean, $1, you're killing me. I need my daily time. There's no growth in a relationship if it's not 50-50. Let's go, dude." It's Connor.
We're going to 50-50. I like that. Connor, be good. Bring him up.
You want to talk to Connor?
I said it'd be good. Bring him up. We'll do 50-50.
Okay, I'll let you talk to Connor real quick. Connor.
D, a.k.a. Dina, a.k.a. the man of the hour. How are we doing today, Dean?
I'm doing pretty
Everybody's
good.
doing good.
I'm doing pretty good. We're going to take a quick detour from the regularly scheduled programming because Cody wanted to talk to you, Connor.
What's up, Cody?
What's up, buddy? How
Can
you
you speak to
doing?
me?
So, we're talking about... So, everybody's talking about pro-abortion.
Wait, why did you just
Well,
ignore Connor saying hi?
Well, Cody, I'm going to go ahead and just set the record straight. I'm just not a political man or speaking on topics. I'm just kind of, me and Dean are growing a bond here. So, I'm kind of Dean's charisma guy. I'm Dean's charisma guy. I sense that Dean's feeling stressed. I come in here, I kind of break it up, kind of like ease the tension, kind of give the chat some charisma, Dean some charisma.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
I
So,
like it.
I appreciate that, Cody. So, yeah, Cody, you can go ahead and speak, man. I'm just going to listen.
Dean, let's go. Let's swing you talk about what you was talking about with the last character there.
No, I will not. I will not be debating abortion with you, sir. I apologize.
Okay, what do you want to debate about then? Let's go.
Sure. You know what? I'll start the debate. I usually let the other people start the debate. I will start the debate. Here's my
Yes,
question.
sir.
Are you a patriot?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Connor, what do you got to say about this guy being a patriot?
All right. Hey, Cody, if that's what you fuck with, that's what you fuck with.
Yeah, that's
bro.
what you fuck with, Cody. Now listen, Cody.
Now listen,
Okay.
patriot. Now, when you describe patriot, are you saying, "Well, I fight for my country," or "Will I stand down"?
Well, I want to ask a follow-up question. So you're telling us that you're a patriot. Here's my next question. Would you say that in order to be a patriot, you have to care for and respect core American values like the American Constitution?
Yes, I would.
Okay. So because you're a patriot, you have a lot of respect for the Constitution. Would you ever, and I mean ever, support a president that has literally tried to terminate parts of the Constitution?
Okay. Now,
Illegally
what
terminate.
part? Okay, so you're gonna bring that up, but what parts of the Constitution are you saying?
For sure. I got you. One of the most fundamental amendments to the U.S. Constitution, something such as
That's right.
the 14th Amendment, whose ratification literally ended the Civil War and tried to introduce equality for everybody in the country, including Black Americans. That didn't end up working out because SCOTUS ruled separate but equal until Brown v. Board, but tried to introduce more equality for everybody in America. Okay, gave people their rightful claim to birthright citizenship, which was the common law, right, for all of American history, and even before American history in Europe, right, in England, you had jus soli, which was if you're born on the soil of the king, you're a subject of a king, and was the dawn of a new era of more equality in this country. If you had a president that launched a visceral attack on the 14th Amendment and tried to overrule it, not legally, but illegally, would you, as a patriot that supports the Constitution, ever support that president?
No, at that point, but Donald Trump has not ever said that he is on that, like what you're saying right there, that 14, like you're saying, here's what you're saying. You're saying literally that he's saying that, okay, if you was born here in America, you're not going to be part of America. That's what you're saying. But he has never spoke on that at all. He has said if you're being born here in America, you are a born patriot. You're a born American.
So, actually, Cody, on January 20th, he passed an executive order to ban birthright citizenship for some people born on American soil. Yeah.
Okay,
He
I
passed
don't
an
know where
executive
you can
order
pull it up at.
that explicitly contradicted and tried to nullify the 14th Amendment. So, Cody, earlier when I asked you the question, if you would ever support a president that has done this as a patriot, you said no. Well, Donald Trump has. The very obvious implication here would be
Okay.
that you would never support Trump.
Sir, can you pull that up and put that on big screen? If not, I
Uh,
will.
Dean, I think he wants facts.
And I'll pull it- because
Connor
I
says
want,
he wants
I want
facts.
you to
Yeah.
prove. I need you to prove that because you
Yeah,
cannot.
Dean,
Prove
go ahead and
that.
just get some fact check going here. I think that's what Cody wants.
Yeah, I want a fact check, and then if not, I'll pull it up myself. We'll fact check it. Both of us will. Because you don't know what you're really reading on the internet. For number one.
Well, I do.
Nah, well, you really don't because there's so much stuff people put on the internet. It's not funny, but pull it up on a big screen, and we'll then if you know if you can
Dean, not just your personal screen, the big screen. Yeah, we're gonna need some big facts here, Dean.
we want that. We want that some big facts here. Pull it like he said. Like I like him already. Pull it up on some big facts.
Appreciate the kind words, Cody.
Yes, sir. Pull it up on some big facts.
Okay. Well,
No,
I
I know me and Dean are not beefing. Sorry.
dude, I don't know why I still have Connor up here.
No, Dean, keep me. I just want to be here, man.
You know
No, he's
what?
good. No, he's good. Like he said, we
Yeah.
want to get some. We need the
Cody,
big facts. Pull it up on
Cody,
a
you
big screen.
want him here? Cody, you want him here?
Yeah, I do. Pull them up. Why? He
I
said,
thank
pull
you,
it up on a
Cody.
big screen.
Thank you.
They said the same thing I am. Pull it up on the big screen. Show us the facts. I mean, you can't just go and when you go and do that, when you go and say, "Well, I know this for a fact," and then you can't prove it for a fact, there's a big difference.
Okay, all right.
There's way big differences, and then also when you talk about somebody like that, it's called slander. So don't slander somebody's name without having the facts.
Okay.
I don't go to slander.
So-
Zero slander tolerated.
I've been working on getting this pulled up, and somehow while I'm working on getting this pulled up, you've like walked your way to slant. I'm just gonna ignore it. Yeah. So here is like a relevant screenshot. And I'll tell you why this is a relevant screenshot. As soon as I could get it up here. So this is, as you can see on the top, coming from whitehouse.gov. And this is a publication from the White House about the protecting the meaning and value of American citizenship. And this is an article posted on whitehouse.gov, which literally just outlines an executive order called Protecting the Meaning and Value of American Citizenship. And this executive order, aimed to ban birthright citizenship for the children.
Well, sir, you just pulled up. You didn't pull up nothing that shows that. You just pulled up a screenshot of American citizenship.
Okay, bro, dude, listen. Okay, fine. Dude, it's just gonna take I'll have to take multiple screenshots. We'll have to read through. Can I just read it to you without putting the screenshot on the screen? Is that fine?
Sir, I mean, you're almost slandering somebody if you do that. You're just like me slandering you. I would not slander you.
I just don't want to go through the
Respect
effort.
that, Cody.
I just shut up.
I listen. I do not slander you. I appreciate what you do. I appreciate your thoughts, but I do not slander you. You pull up the actual article,
Bro,
Show it
fine.
to the people in your comments.
It's work. It's just.
And then
Hey, Dean, man, you're just gonna have to.
it's not work. That's your job. Your job is what you do. So show
There
us.
it is.
that.
Bam. That's
Okay,
pretty good.
all right, buddy. We're gonna have to go through multiple screenshots here because it's long.
Let's go through it. Let's go.
Yeah. Here's the first
Do it.
screenshot. By the authority vested in me as President of the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, it is hereby ordered that Section 1 purpose, the privilege of United States citizenship is a priceless and profound gift. The 14th Amendment states all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the states in which they reside. The provision rightly
Exactly.
reputed the Supreme Court of the United States shameful decision in Dred Scott versus Stanford, which misrepresented the Constitution as permanently excluding people of African descent from being eligible for United States citizenship solely based on their race. But the 14th Amendment has never been interpreted to extend citizenship universally to everybody born within the United States. Do you mind if I just keep on reading it off of the computer, or do I literally
Okay,
have
that
to
was
get a
just
second?
people. All I heard was people of African descent.
Well,
and
I
didn't-
know
it was-
because we have to go through the whole executive order. Like that was just one part of it because it's just all the text.
Sir,
I can fit in one screenshot.
I think you're slandering that on that part.
Damn. Even after the big facts.
I mean, you want to. You can't come on without
Connor's
big
gone.
facts.
Connor's gone. Connor's gone. Connor's
Okay,
gone.
well,
for now.
listen.
Okay.
Okay, don't pull me off because listen, once you do that, you got to pull me up with big facts. 'Cause listen, I will sit here and let you make all the money you love off life. But you're going to have to pull some big facts up before you slander somebody.
Connor, look at what you did. Look at what you did, Connor. Now you got this guy stuck on big facts. Look at what fucking Connor did. Okay. Okay.
He said, look what Connor did. No, Connor didn't do it. Cody Witt did it, but go ahead.
Cody Witt did it, but go ahead. Okay,
Connor just helped in the fact of saying you're slandering somebody's name.
Okay. Oh, fucking hell. Dude, you are making me work. So
yes, I am. I will make you work. I will make you work for your money. Yes, I will. And I appreciate it, sir. You are good at what you do. You are good at what you do, but you will have to work for your money.
Well, you're not giving me any money, so.
Unless you, and I will give you money if you prove facts to me.
Really? How much?
But you look. You got your people here already on your live giving you money. Okay, I'm just here to say. I'm just here to give you viewers and just say, well, let's just see what you can prove and what you can prove me wrong.
Right.
Last time I got dropped off your live, you dropped me off last week.
Right. I did. And I think I'm starting to understand why. So here's the deal.
No, you're not. Because I'm proving you wrong?
Yeah. So do you have Google?
Yes, I do. Go on to another topic, dude. Let's go on to another topic.
No. I've worked so hard in order to find a way to prove this to you.
Let's go to another topic.
No.
Epstein Island.
No.
There's no proof of that either, right?
On what? There's no proof of Epstein. It's like you could see it on Google Maps. Okay, what?
Okay, but there's no. Okay. Everyone wants to talk about Donald Trump, Epstein Island. Everybody wants to talk about how he was there. There's been no releases how he was on Epstein's Island.
Okay. Listen, we'll talk about that in a minute. We need to finish our conversation, right, about birthright citizenship. So here's what I'll do. You could look up executive order number 14160. You could just read the executive order where we ban birthright citizenship. You could also go on Google and type in American.
It does not read about American soil. It does. When you're born in America, it does not say you will not be an American citizen. And I've read that, and I told you to pull it up and prove it. And you cannot prove it. I've read all of that. If you're born in America, you are an American citizen. It's law. And if you want to prove it, you can pull it up to your viewers. You can pull it up whoever else, but you're not going to pull it up to me because you can't pull it up.
So point number one, because it bans birthright citizenship for the children of undocumented immigrants born in this country, federal courts have blocked the executive order. So I don't understand why they would have blocked the executive order if that's not what the executive order said.
So you can't pull it up.
Second point. I can't pull it up, and I already have. Here we go. We'll go ahead and read it. I'm reading it right now. Among the categories of individuals born in the United States and not subject to the jurisdiction thereof, the privilege of United States citizenship does not automatically extend to persons born in the United States. One, when that person's mother was unlawfully present in the United States and the father was not a U.S. citizen or a lawful permanent resident at the time of said person's birth. Or two, when the person's mother's presence in the United States at the time of said person's birth was lawful but temporary. So in other words, that is the text of this executive order number 14160 that is banning birthright citizenship from being extended to the children of undocumented immigrants due to the Trump administration's unlawful, contradictory, and false interpretation of the 14th Amendment.
Sir, I do not what you're reading off of. I've not read any document on that. I'm clearly, I told you to pull it up. You won't pull it up. I mean, I've not read any document on that. You're at that point. You're just slandering anybody.
That's not slander. I read that off of the WhiteHouse.gov.
No, okay? Then like I said, pull it up because you're not pulling that up. That's not true.
How much do you want to bet?
Listen, if you're born in America, you are an American citizen. It's always going to be that way. It will not change.
Boom! Look at that. Here is literally the paragraph that I just read that you called slander. This is the paragraph that I just read. No, you already heard it. This is what I just read. This is word for word what I just read.
That's no subjection for the privilege of state citizens will not automatically extend the persons born in the United States when the person's mother was unlawfully present in the United States I'll leave it up there. I was reading it. The father was not such. Okay, what? I mean, that's all. Okay, you're reading something that has been a law for 20, 40 years.
No,
That's-
no, no, no,
That is
no,
not a new law.
no, no.
That's not a new law.
That is brand new. That is brand
No, it's
new.
not.
What?
Pull that data up when it's new. Then that has always been.
Look it. Okay, are you looking? I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna change the screenshot now. I'm gonna. Just let me know that you're looking at what you see on the screen. Are you ready?
I'm looking.
Okay.
I'm looking.
What is the date on the title? What is the date?
January 20, 2025.
I have a question. Was January 20th, 2025 40 years ago or like 5 months ago?
Listen, I don't know who puts that stuff on that document, but listen,
Trump. That is Trump's executive order.
you can literally ask Trump in a White House brief. He will not say that is not a law.
Brother.
He will literally tell you. Listen, sir.
Read off the URL. Read that off for me.
WhiteHouse.gov presidential action. But you're still listen. You know who writes that shit on there? I mean, really? You know who writes that?
The URL tells us.
I believe that,
Presidential action.
I almost sometimes believe that you believe Hillary Clinton didn't delete her emails. I mean, would you believe that? Or do you want to pull that up?
We're not talking about Hillary Clinton's email.
I know, but listen, I'm going on to
We're not talking about that right now, bro. We need to bring some clarity and an end to this conversation about this executive.
Okay, listen. You said your whole title is how do you still support Trump?
I'm sorry. That was really funny. I'm sorry. Listen, we gotta listen to that again. I'm sorry. I found that that was one of the fun. Let's listen to this again real quick. Give us a minute.
Yeah.
Brand new. That is brand new.
No, it's not.
What?
You pull that data up when it's new. Then that has always been.
Look it. Okay, are you looking? I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna change the screenshot now. I'm gonna. Just let me know that you're looking at what you see on the screen. Are you ready?
I'm looking.
Okay.
I'm looking.
What is the date on the title? What is the date?
January 20, 2025.
I have a question. Was January 20th, 2025 40 years ago or like 5 months ago?
Listen, I don't know who puts that stuff on that document, but listen,
Trump. That is Trump's executive order.
You can literally ask Trump in a White House brief. He will not say that is not a law.
Brother.
He will literally tell you. Listen, sir.
Read off the URL. Read that off for me.
WhiteHouse.gov presidential action. But you're still.
That wasn't the video. Can we? What are your thoughts?
My thoughts or your thoughts?
What?
Which one do you want?
I'm just like your thoughts and how like you said it wasn't by Trump, but the URL's like whitehouse.gov/presidential action. What are your thoughts?
Hey, Trump does not write that on the government White House page. So.
Okay. You know what?
So that's nothing.
You know what?
That's nothing to really prove.
You know what? Sure. I agree. I agree that Donald Trump does not write his own executive orders. He tells other people to do it for him. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's still his executive order.
So do you know that because you work for the White House, or
no? I know that because he put his signature on it and signed it into law.
Well, no, you don't, because you didn't show one part where he should.
Actually,
did you show one part where he said?
Actually, yes, we do.
Did you show one part where he had his signature on it?
All executive orders have the president's signature on them. That's the nature of executive orders.
Yeah, but it didn't have no signature on it.
I bet I could find a picture of it. It's so crazy but I bet I can. I bet I could literally find a picture
But
of
you know
it.
how many you know how many secretaries sign a signature since the late
I
1920s,
I hate
1930s?
to be that guy. I really hate to be the guy. Like, this is terrible for you. This is so bad for you. But like, it was like public. It was like a public like press conference on his first day in office when he was signing all these EOs. We literally, literally, okay, I like very much so literally have a picture of him putting his signature on it. Are you ready?
Sir, you cannot change that kind of law even as a president. You should know that as well as I do.
So are you saying that it is?
He cannot change that law.
Well, exactly. That's why it was ruled as illegal. That's why I said that he tried to
That's why he
illegally.
cannot change that law as well as I do. You should know that.
Like, he can't leak. That's why the courts have blocked it. We agree, right? But he
Well,
tried
I mean,
to.
I mean, if that was really posted by him, I mean, I don't
know why
follow him like my girlfriend, but I mean, if he really did post that, I mean, it definitely got blocked. I would have reckoned because
It did
you
get
can't
blocked. Yes,
change that
yes,
law.
yes. The courts did block it. Yes.
Well, like I said, his presidential signature would have been on it. If not, it would have been his secretary. It would have been his secretary.
It did have his signature on it.
I mean, I've watched him sign a lot of things, but I did not watch him sign anything about being born in America.
Wow. This is wow. Wow, this is crazy. Do you want to know what we're actually about to like watch? Oh wow.
What's that?
Oh, this is brutal. Everybody, I can't even believe that this is happening right now. Holy crap. One second. So there's actually like a video of him signing it.
I'm bringing you this call. Go ahead.
There's a video of him explicitly signing this executive order into law. This one
That's him
specifically.
saying it.
This one specifically, there's a video of him signing it.
Number of day one actions, the president signing another executive order pulling the United States out of the World Health Organization. The U.S. is the largest funder of the WHO, which monitors disease outbreaks around the world. Now, as we mentioned, President Trump signing an executive order tonight that attempts to end birthright citizenship in the United States. That right is guaranteed by the Constitution. The 14th Amendment states.
So this right here is a
citizenship in the
video of him
United
literally
States.
signing it.
That right is guaranteed by the Constitution. The 14th Amendment states anyone born in the United States is an American citizen. But President Trump wants to exclude children born to parents who entered this country illegally.
Exclude children. It just say exclude children at the end of it. Did you hear that?
Right. Exclude children born on American soil from being citizens.
Okay. Let me ask you something. Do you not agree on one thing? Like, if too many people overpopulate America, let's overpopulate. If we
There you go.
if we overpopulate, if we overpopulate, what would happen to our food sources?
There you go.
Everything that we got. What would happen?
Everybody, we just witnessed a live performance of the MAGA mental gymnastics. Let's
That
run
could have been
through it.
AI. That could have been AI. You don't know that. You'd have to really prove that could have been AI. You know it could have been. There's so much AI out there. It's not funny. It could have been AI.
Okay, Cody, what proves that it wasn't AI is that the executive order is literally. 1 second. I'm sorry. I need to think a little bit more about that. that before I speak. Okay, I just need a second.
Yeah, I like
I
that.
just-
So when two brains go against one another,
Yeah.
when two brains go against one another, it's very fun.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Okay, so Cody, the reason that can't be AI is because we just read that same executive order on whitehouse.gov together. Another reason why that can't be AI is because CBS or whatever was not the only media organization recording his signing of all these executive orders on day one. So was Fox, so was CNN, so was ABC, so was MSNBC, so was Newsmax, so was all of the major news outlets in America. Another reason why that can't be AI is because the children of undocumented immigrants were actually denied birthright citizenship for a handful of months before real, not fake, not AI courts, real courts overturned it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you bring up any children that has been born since then that was denied American citizen rights?
Any child born to undocumented immigrants from around January 20th until like the start of April before the federal judge issued the nationwide injunction and retroactively reversed that?
Can you actually bring that up though?
Would I be able to name one?
No, anyone, a child period that was denied American, born American.
I don't personally know any undocumented immigrants who had a child in this country from January 20th to like April 1st. I don't know any.
Okay, so you can't actually bring that fact up then. There's another fact.
Wait, I have a question. Obviously, you can't name one book, right? Can you name a book?
You want to show all this?
Yo, quickly. Can you
want to show all this?
Real quick. Wait. Can you name a book? No. Does that mean that books don't exist? Dr. Seuss isn't a book. That's a fucking dude. He's an author. Dr. Seuss is an author, but Dr. Seuss is not a book.
50 Shades of Grey. There you go.
Physics.
50 Shades of Grey.
What?
What do you want me to say? 50 Shades of Grey. I mean, what do you want me to say?
Wow, Cody. 50 Shades of Grey. You're dirty.
Now, the real book I will say is the Bible. There you go.
Wow, 50 Shades of Grey to the Bible. Well, quite the juxtaposition there. You know what, Cody? I'm going to go ahead and drop you. I appreciate you so much for coming up. Let's go ahead and move on to the next guest here, everyone. Just give us a minute, y'all. What a ridiculous conversation. What a ridiculous conversation. What am I doing? I'm better than that. Chad, I'm better than this. I've let you all down. There was no good reason for me to entertain that conversation. I'm sorry. And I mean that seriously. You know, we're about like productive dialogue here to critically think, to like further this country to achieve success. That was entertainment. A good laugh. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for keeping it running that long. We got the next guest up in here. Everyone, I do have a couple donos to thank here, but let's make sure that this guest out here supports Strupp. So real quick, Coulter Reed, I'm gonna send you an invite to unmute. Do accept that invitation. I'd love to have a chat. What's going on? Do you support Trump?
Yes, sir.
All right, before we hop into the debate, I had a handful of people to thank. Anon, Anonymous, thank you so much for the $200 donation over on PayPal. Anon, thank you so much for the love. That is incredibly kind of you, as well as thank you for your very, very, very kind message. I just read that to myself. It means the world to me. Thank you so much, Anon, for the $200 donation. Everybody down below, show some love to Anon. That is so incredibly kind of you. Thank you so much for the love, y'all. Make sure that we're showing some love to Anon down below. That is seriously incredibly kind of you. As well, Sasha, thank you for the $10. I appreciate you so much for the love, Sasha. Sasha says, just a thought, but I'll never understand how they push for forced pregnancy while being against any social safety net / programs. Yeah, literally ensuring that those kids are going to be as worse off as possible, yet they call themselves pro-children. Good thought, Sasha. Thank you for the $10. Show some love to Anon and Sasha down below. Then Alessandra, thank you for the $75 donation over on PayPal. Now, I typically would give Alessandra like 750 W's, tell y'all to give Alessandra 750 W's down below. I actually want y'all to give like 10,000 fucking Alessandra W's down below in that chat, because she says in her message, we're officially at $1,000. Gonna start debating too now. Dude, thank you so much for all of your love over like the past couple months. I mean, like $1,000 as a whole is like fucking inconceivable to me. I do not deserve that, and you are literally so kind for all of the love that you've shown me over the course of the last couple months. So let's all give a special moment for some very special love to Alessandra down below in that queue, and that's really cool. I hope that you do start debating yourself. You've watched a shit ton of the live stream, so I bet that you're ready to go. As well as Angela, thank you for the $10 over on PayPal. Y'all show some love to Angela. She says big facts. Thank you, Angela. As well as Tyler with the $3. Thank you, Tyler. And then Blair with the $10 for the quote unquote big facts. Thank you to Parker for all that you do. Blair, thank you. I love you. Thank you for the $10. Serve some love to Blair down below. And then Eduardo, thank you so much for the $20 over on PayPal. Saying delusion at its finest, ladies and gents. Oh yeah, definitely, Eduardo. Thank you for the $20. It means the world. Huge shout out to Eduardo down below. 200 Eduardo W's. And then Jasmine with a 10 and Isabel with a 5. Thank you all so much for your kindness. Let's make sure that we're also caught up over on Venmo before we hop into the next debate super duper quickly. Thank you, Samantha, with the $10, saying, so Dean, I've been MIA. Any update on the Congolese water drive? Yes, Samantha, we did the fundraiser last night, raised a total of $8,700, and all went towards the Congolese individuals. Thank you once again. Thank you for the $10, Samantha. And then Libby, thank you for the $50, saying Cody demands you work for my money. Oh yeah, I remember when he said that. I'm sorry that I didn't see this earlier, Libby. Thank you for the $50. That is so kind of you. That is so much money. Let's get 500 Libby W's down below. As well as Nacho, thank you for the $10 over at Venmo, saying that Dean, you have got to stop slandering, bro. I know. And then Darlene with the $2 and Ryan with the $5. Seriously, you guys, thank you for the love. Show some love to all of our donors down below in that chat. Thank you so much, you guys. And Coulter, take it away. Tell us why you support Trump.
Hey, Dean, how you doing?
You know, man, I'm actually pretty good.
I just pulled up to this rodeo. That's good. Sorry, I got like bad service. That was kind of delayed. I didn't mean to interrupt. I just pulled up to this rodeo, and I got to get all my shit ready and stuff, so I don't have a lot of time to talk. But I'll tell you why I support Trump. I drive a lot to get to these rodeos, and so the price of diesel really is like probably my biggest expense. Diesel is, and just plain and simple, like the last let's say 5 years or 4 years, like prior to Trump being in office, I did not spend less than $3 a gallon on diesel one time. It was high, right? And now Trump being in office, however long, I've spent $3 on diesel or under $3 on diesel. Most times I filled up.
Gage,
at least around where I live.
That. Okay, so here's the deal. The reason why we've seen a drop in the price of like gas and diesel recently is because during the first quarter of this year, we almost went into a fucking recession, and the future markets for oil and diesel went into the ground, meaning that people were able to purchase barrels for incredibly cheap. But that wasn't a good thing because that was just the markets crashing because we were well on our way to a recession. And that's the oil that you're consuming right now. It's only because we momentarily were on our way to a recession. It's not because he's been good for like American production of oil or good for like imports of oil from other countries. Now, we've actually seen a huge decline in imports of oil from other countries, which we would expect to increase the price of oil in the near future, increase in the price of your diesel and gas. And the reason why I'd say this is because the reason you paid more for gas or diesel under the Biden-Harris administration was because we had to cut off Russia. We stopped buying their oil, meaning our imports went down. And that's what caused the increase in the price of gas and diesel. So now that imports have also gone down of oil under Trump's second term, you'd expect them to increase again.
Okay. So prior to Biden being in office, so from like 2016 to like 2020, I was also paying like, under $3 a gallon for diesel.
Right. Well,
which I understand not taking imports from Russia is a good thing. But I would say that Trump did have a better relationship with Russia, which I'm not saying like we need to be like in bed with them or anything, right? But like, it's not bad to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Fucking, I don't know.
We are still sanctioning Russian oil under Trump's second term.
Okay. So another reason why I would support Trump, housing, right?
Can't hear you when you leave the live.
I had some shit pulled up. That's my bad. Interest rates for housing were higher under Biden. lower under Trump.
And now they're even
Like-
higher under Trump right now than they would have been if Kamala Harris won. The Feds had to slow the rate at which they were
Right.
cutting interest rates because of Donald Trump's tariffs and spending. The Feds have said that themselves. Interest rates would be lower right now if Kamala Harris had won the election.
Would they?
Yes. Like the Feds have confirmed this. Yeah. Yes. Even like the chairman of the Fed,
Okay.
Jerome Powell, said we are going to cut the rate at which we are cutting rates because of Donald Trump's tariffs, as we expect them to have inflationary effects. Yes.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, oh, that's crazy. I don't know. You got anything? You got any reasons why I should not support Trump?
Yeah, for sure. He's protecting pedophiles. He promised to release the Epstein list, hasn't done it. He also lied and said that he didn't know if he was on it or not to a journalist on July 15th, even though he learned in May that he was on it. That's pretty fucking suspicious.
When did he get access to the Epstein files?
May.
May?
Yeah, May. May is when the DOJ and Pam Bondi informed him that he was on the list.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. That's one reason why you shouldn't support him.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, no, he definitely should release that list. That's crazy.
Right. Another reason why you shouldn't support him is maybe because he wants to take money from poor people and give it to rich people. The big beautiful bill reduces the after-tax income of people making at or beneath $51,000 per year on average. Meanwhile, it increases it for like everybody above that point, and like disproportionately increases it the richer you get. Reverse Robin Hood for the poor is definitely not something you should want.
So what about like inheritance tax? Is that not like kind of in the big beautiful bill?
I don't know what the big beautiful bill did to inheritance tax, but I mean, if it reduced inheritance tax and you're expecting a large inheritance, well, then you're just benefiting from the cuts that disproportionately benefit the ultra wealthy.
Damn, that's crazy because I'm like broke as hell, but my grandpa just died and I inherited some ground, right? Like family farm. And if inheritance tax was still in like effect in Kansas, I would not have been able to own that ground.
I'm completely I'm completely like not knowledgeable, completely ignorant to what the bill's changes were in like inheritance tax.
Damn.
Oh, okay. Actually, I see it's changed.
That's pretty.
I see it's changed.
Okay.
So, like prior to the big beautiful bill passing, if like your net worth was like over around $14 million, then when you died, like you were tax exempt. Basically, you could give your estate to somebody and they didn't have to pay taxes on it if you were worth more than $14 million. Now it's if you were worth more than $7 million.
If you're on, so you're exempt if you're over that?
Yeah, the federal estate and gift tax exemption is currently set at $13.99 million. Or honestly, I don't know.
So,
it's either that you're exempt when you're over that, or all the inheritance up to that dollar amount is exempt. I'm not clear. But like either way, right, you collecting some land from your grandpa, like I don't know if it's gonna change much. Like either way, regardless if that's like the minimum threshold for being exempt, if you're over that, then you don't pay the taxes. Well, I mean, I'd assume your grandpa wasn't worth that much, unless he was. You could correct me. Now, if he was worth that much, okay, yeah, exactly. So even if that's a change, that's not going to impact you. And then if it is the case that you're exempt from taxes for everything under that, which is more likely, I'll admit, maybe I was wrong. It seems like you would have been exempt either way, regardless of the bill passed or not.
Hell yeah.
Okay. All right. So the big, beautiful bill didn't really change anything there. Well, you go have fun at that rodeo, man. I'm going to move on to the next guest.
Sounds good. Have a good one.
You as well. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty knowledgeable for like being like some random dude on tax code, but that question, I don't know. We're going to move on to the next guest. Everyone, just give us a minute if you are in that queue. Make sure that you support Donald J. Trump if you want to join up. We were just looking for some Trump supporters to talk to. We have 9.2 thousand people in the TikTok stream right now, and only like 30 people requesting. Holy crap. What's going on? Do you support Trump?
Not really.
Boom! Get booted because we only want to talk to Trump supporters. Moving on to the next guest is we got Gage Guy loading up. Also, quickly, Mary! Thank you so much for the $55 donation over on PayPal, Mary. You are a queen. Thank you so much for the love. Everybody watching, show some love to Mary down below for the $55. Mary says, hey, Dean, wanted to put this on your radar. This week in Nashville, the state announced a Tesla-only tunnel from the airport to downtown funded by Elon. Governor Lee blocked the Democratic representative, Justin Jones, who reps that district from the state event. The whole thing's super shady. Tennessee Hollers has a vid of him being denied entry. Thank you for sharing and all that you do. Well, appreciate you for putting that on my radar, Mary. Thank you for the love, and thank you for being here. Everybody, please show some love to Mary down below in the chat. That is seriously so much money. I appreciate you, Mary. As well as Abigail. Thank you so much for the $15, as well as a little bit of information on EO14321. I'll look into that. Thank you, Abigail. Everybody watching, show some love to Abigail down below in that chat. Connor with $1 on Venmo says, free Connie. You know what, Connor, you've grown on me. Jamie with the $5. I appreciate you so much for the love. And Jacob with the $1. You guys are awesome. As well as Hyped with the $5 over on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you for the love, Hyped. As well as a handful of others of you for the Super Chats like Chad, Kind, and Fia. I appreciate you guys for the love. Now, take it away. Why do you support Trump?
Hi, Dean. How's it going?
You know what? I'm doing great.
That's good, man. It's really nice to meet you. Sorry, I'm a little nervous, as I guess expected. I have I do support Trump, but I have a question for you. So you would say that his or I guess everything he does. Sorry, I'm nervous that it's supports the top 1% in the country.
Everything that he does?
No, but I'm sorry. I'm just whatever he supports take a breath.
Dude, take your time, man. I get it. Like I was telling a guest a little bit ago, when I first started streaming, and I would be joining lives with 1,000 people on them, I'd be scared shitless. I don't understand how people come up here in front of 11 or 12,000 people and they just don't get. And they just don't care. I don't get it. If I was in your shoes, I'd be nervous just because of the size of the crowd. So I get it.
Yeah. So what he does, it improves the life of the top 1%. I guess do you know what I'm trying to say here?
He disproportionately fights for rich people. Yeah, which is absolutely true.
Okay. Yes. I guess that's what I was trying to say. So I don't want to sound cocky. I don't, it sounds awful, but so my dad, I'm not going to say how much, but he makes over 750,000 a year. I'm not going to say exactly how much, but do you think that I'm wrong for supporting him if it helps my family out?
Well, actually, yes. Your father makes over $750,000 per year, right? If Donald Trump's big beautiful bill didn't pass, he would pay 2 or 3% more in taxes per year. Okay, at that point, that much money doesn't significantly influence the quality of his life or the quality of your life. However, the reductions in the after-tax income that the bottom 50% of income earners in this country are going to see because of the cuts in the big beautiful bill will significantly impact their life. Imagine if you were a low-income family that has now lost Medicaid and access to food stamps. Holy shit, you might starve to death. So to force millions of Americans to be subject to mistreatment and a lower quality of life and significantly worse conditions in many circumstances, just so your family can very marginally benefit. I doubt that you will even reap any material benefit that increases the quality of your life based upon 3% more back per year in after-tax income. It is wrong.
Yes, sir. I apologize. I'm not extremely knowledgeable on it all, but I would watch your streams and I would hear you say that it benefits the top 1%, people making over $500,000 a year. And I just assumed, I guess, for my family, I was doing what's best for them, but I completely understand where you're coming from.
No, man, like I in like theory, I understand wanting to do what's best for you and your family. But when what is best for you and your family disenfranchises and hurts millions of others, then it's like, no, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah, I agree. I apologize.
All right. Well, I hope you have a good rest of your day.
Thank you, Dean. Have a good one.
Moving on. Everyone, give us a minute to get that next guest loaded up in here. Guys, go ahead and let me know down below in that chat if you support Trump and you want to come up and debate. Here we go. Oh, Jay, 1 second. Don't leave. Wait, I think I missed something from Jay. Let me clarify here. I think I missed, so Jay just sent a message on one of their donations and said, I think that you missed this. Oh, Jay, I did miss that. Thank you so much for reminding me. I hope that Jay is still here. Everybody, let's get 750 JWs down below in that chat for the $75 donation. And Jay, I am so fucking sorry for missing that earlier. Holy fuck. I'm literally so sorry. I feel really bad. Dude, I hate when that happens. Sorry, Jay. 750 JWs down below in that chat right now, everybody. Thank you so much, Jay. As well as Jay left a kind message. I'm trying to pull it up right now. In the meantime, while I'm trying to pull up Jay's message here, go ahead and drop a MAGA with your age down below in that chat. There it is. Got it pulled up here. Let me go ahead and load up that next guest because Austin left. Let's show some love to Jay. Jay says, this is my birthday donation. Happy birthday month tomorrow, my amazing friend. May every happiness find its way into your heart at every age. Love always. See, Jay donated $75 donations with like the kindest message of all time. And I fucking missed it, Jay. I'm so sorry. Please show extra love to Jay down below in that chat. I guess it's not technically my birthday month because it's August. However, it is like a month out from my birthday, which is on September 1st. I don't even know how you know that, Jay. You must watch a lot and be very mindful. That is insane. Know that I really appreciate you. You were awesome. All the love to you, Jay. Thank you so much. Isabella, what is going on? Do you support Trump?
Dean, the children in Gaza need your help. Use your voice for good, please. The children in Gaza need your help.
Well, I actually think that now is a perfect time to announce that I've been brought on board with a fundraiser over on Instagram for the children in Gaza. So far, the fundraiser has raised $1.5 million. And I've been working with the organizer, the fundraiser, to get involved. And you'll see that super soon. Let's go to move on to the next guest. Everyone just give us a minute. We got Jeffrey loading up here, y'all. Silent, thank you for the $20 over on Super Chat. Thank you so much for the love. I appreciate you so much for the love. Thank you so much. Saying, what is your favorite Deftones song? I understand that it's like typical, common, or popular, but I really like changes. What is going on, Jeffrey? Do you support Trump? Okay, they're not here. Go back to putting a MAGA with your age down below in that comment section. I'll happily pull you up. Everyone, just give us a minute. We're going to get that next guest, Jerry, loaded up into the box. Here we go, y'all. Here we go. Here we go, everybody. And then also, Eric, thank you so much for the $100 over on YouTube Super Chat, saying, in honor of Ozzy Osbourne, rip rock on Dean. You know, there's a lot about Ozzy that I don't like. He was definitely, one of the all-time greats in rock music. And god damn, I feel bad for Sharon. I saw a video of her at the funeral, just crying after, she put up with him and stayed right by his side for so many years. I don't know too much, but I did see that video. So yeah, rip Ozzy, rock legend. Even though there's a lot about him that I didn't like, he's still a rock legend. Welcome in, Chris. Do you support Trump?
Yes.
How old are you?
21.
21. Okay, take it away. Why do you support Trump?
Because I'm an idiot.
Okay, all right. I can't beat that argument. You've won.
Yeah.
Moving on, guys. Go to put a MAGA with your age down below in that chat. We're going to get you loaded up in here right now. And seriously, Eric, thank you for the $100. Show some love to Eric down below. That is ERIC. Once again, if you're watching and you're like, hey, I like this Dean guy, I like these streams, and you want to support me, you want to support the streams, you could find my Venmo, my PayPal, and the link tree in my bio on TikTok. Every penny that is donated to me on those platforms, it goes straight to me. Nobody takes anything. As well as you get a notification at the top of my phone screen with your name and any and all
Yo,
attention
how do I
seekers.
leave? No.
You leave by, okay, well, the scream was unnecessary. I will help you leave, though. Moving on to the next guest. We got Real J loading up in the box. Here we go. Moving on. Welcome in, Real J. Do you support Trump?
Hi, Dean. I love you, and I go into your videos.
Get the fuck out of here. Leave. Moving on to Reed Jones, everybody. Wow. Moving on to Reed Jones. That's right. Hi, what's going on? Do you support Trump? No. They don't support Trump. Okay. Moving on to the next guest. Hi. Do you support Trump?
Quick question. What's your bra size?
Okay. I heard a British fetus, very muffled, 1,000 miles away. They said something. I have no clue what they said. Let's go ahead and move on to the next guest. Everyone just, give us a minute to get that next guest loaded in. Do be patient while we're working on that. I do apologize. There's a lot of people trying to join the live that don't support Trump. I couldn't tell you why. It has definitely thrown a wrench in the system of trying to have debates for y'all, but we're going to work through it. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Yes.
Okay. How old are you?
34.
Are you driving?
I am.
I'm sorry, man. Can't be on the live if you're driving. Feel free to request up when you're not driving, though. I'll have you back up. Moving on to Mason. Mason, please don't be 14. It's just like a 14-year-old username, Mason with a cross. Like honestly, if this isn't a kid, I'll be surprised. But give him a chance nonetheless. Moving on. Here we go, everybody. Give us a minute to get Mr. Blake loaded in. Looks like Mason didn't connect. Welcome in, Blake. Do you support Trump?
Of course, yeah. We actually debated the other day.
Blake, unfortunately, I tried to talk to one person one time, so I appreciate you for coming up, man, and thank you for the debate the other day. I don't remember it, but I hope it went well. Sasha, thank you for the $10 over on PayPal. Sasha, that is very kind of you. That is once again SACHA. Sasha says, extra funding for the DNC. You know what? Dude, the DNC cut my check, so I appreciate you. LDNCW Sasha. As well as Gage, thank you for the $5 saying, sorry, I was nervous, man. Thank you for talking to me. Dude, no worries, bro. Like I said, I would be nervous too. Lion, thank you for the $10 on Venmo saying, we love you, Dean. I love you too, Lion. You're always here. Good to see you. Thank you for the $10. Then, of course, Sam with the $10 super chat over on YouTube. Sam says, my mother wrote a book called, quote unquote, The Grammar of School Discipline about racial injustices in school systems. I wish you the best and please check it out. I'll take a look. Thank you for letting me know. Welcome in, Grace, and how old are you? That is obviously a kid. Connor, I've
What is good, Dean? Dean, listen, man. Paying for this broship is not gonna work, bro. It's not.
Stop sending me money.
Look, I need to make a proposal though. Like we need to talk.
No. If we're gonna talk, we gotta debate.
But like, look, I'm like biased. I just kind of want to be like your hype guy. I just want to give you like the extra energy.
No, dude, I get it. No, like you come with the energy. You come with the hype.
That's what I'm saying.
I just got to get you lived out.
Look, I can't debate. Guys in the chat are pretty ruthless. So I'm biased. I'm just the hype guy. I'm the guy that gives the energy. Look, chat. Dude, appreciate everybody saying my name.
Dude, listen. Right.
What's up, Dean?
If you vote for the Democrat, right, in the 2028 election, I will slam a beer with you, bro.
You will slam a beer, Dean. I don't drink, so I mean,
really,
no beers for me,
dude. Good for you.
No beers for me. Hey, but we can slam some creatine together,
dude. Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. We could dry scoop some creatine. Yeah.
Bro, let's fucking do it. You know what? That sounds a lot better than any beer, bro.
Dude, yeah, creatine. Well, I mean, you definitely got to be hydrated when you're on the creatine. It can have some nasty side effects, but it's definitely better than beer. Yeah, you know what, Connor? If you vote for the Democrat in 2028, okay, we'll dry scoop. Not only slam some creatine. We'll dry scoop some pre, and we'll go hit a pump, bro, dude. And I'll spot you on bench. You'll hit a new max. It will be phenomenal, dude.
Bro, Dean. Absolutely, man. That sounds like the best time ever.
Bro.
That sounds like a great time,
I just digitally dabbed you up, Connor.
I appreciate that, my guy. Hey, man, have a great.
You too, Connor. You too, Connor. All right. You know what, man? I kind of like him. You know, I kind of like the guy. I do. Thank you for the money on Madeline. Welcome in, Christy. Do you support Trump?
Hello?
Hi, do you support Trump?
No, but I was just trying to find your Venmo. I could only find your PayPal.
Oh, wait. You're right.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're right. I turned it off in the link tree in the bio for the fundraiser I did yesterday. That is, well, thank you for letting me know. I totally forgot about that. It's in the bio now. By the way, very kind of you for attempting to find my Venmo to support me. That's very kind of you, Chris. Hello. Do you support Trump?
Yeah.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 18.
What year were you born in?
2007.
All right. Give us a second. Megan, thank you for the $20 over on super chat. Thank you so much for the love. Oh, what?
Sorry, my friend is here as well. He's also 18, but he also supports Trump, so we could just debate together.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'll do 1v2. Megan, once again, thank you. Thank you so much. And then also, one moment here. I got one more person to thank, quite frankly. Hayden, thank you so much for the $10 over on PayPal. Show some love to Megan and Hayden down below in that chat. Thank you both so very much. And shrugging emoji and shrugging emoji's friend, take it away. Why do you support Trump? Actually, what year were you born in again?
2007.
What month?
June.
Does that? I mean, I think that makes you 18. Do you promise?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So why do you support Trump?
I like his policies.
Yeah. Which ones? I can't hear you when you're on pause. So if you can't see me, I can't hear you. I'm looking at this dude's account. I think he's a kid. Plus, he left the app. I don't think that he knew that meant that I couldn't hear him. He did leave the app, though, unfortunately. So we're going to move on to the next guest. Santana, thank you for the heads up. We'll bring him up here. I've already talked to this guy before. He's a big gun rights guy. Oh, big gun rights guy down here. Hope he joins. Yo, what's going on? We chatted before. You're big on gun rights, right? The constitutionalists?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about Donald Trump passing an executive order that explicitly contradicts the Constitution?
Well, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. 14160, banning birthright citizenship for the children of undocumented immigrants. Unconstitutional.
Yeah, so when a president does something that's unconstitutional, it'll end up going to the Supreme Court. It'll be struck down.
Okay, so you're explaining what's likely to happen in the next handful of months. But this doesn't mean that I was wrong when I said he passed an executive order that explicitly contradicted the Constitution.
Okay, and Joe Biden, so has Barack Obama, have done things that were deemed unconstitutional. So I don't know what your point is. Here.
Well, it's not a point, it's a question. How do you feel about Donald Trump passing an executive order that explicitly contradicted the Constitution?
Oh, okay. I mean, he was wrong. Maybe, number one, he interprets it a different way. Now, he's not a part of the judicial branch, so it's not really his job to interpret things. But maybe getting this in front of the Supreme Court again, maybe they will interpret it differently. Maybe that's what he was pushing for. I didn't really come up for birthright citizenship, but we can keep going. I actually came up to call you a hypocrite.
Okay, man. Well, Trump supporters call me that all the time. So what was what's the legal interpretation of the 14th Amendment that excludes the children of undocumented immigrants?
Well, one, I'm going to answer your question, but one, I just want to say it's a saying out there. If more than one person is telling you something, it's probably true. So you probably are a hypocrite if a lot of people are telling you that.
I don't know if that saying's right.
No, it's a saying. I know because I say it all the time. I say it. So It's right by me. Either way, though, Donald Trump and some Republicans interpreted that it was only meant for a specific group of people. It was not meant. They're saying that the people who wrote the 13th Amendment It was not interpreted for people to just come here and be able to have babies. It wasn't interpreted for that.
Okay,
That's what they
first and
say.
foremost, it wasn't the 13th Amendment; it was the 14th Amendment.
Oh, my
And-
bad. My bad. My bad. 14th.
And who do you
14th, my bad.
think it was intended for?
It was intended. Well, the 14th Amendment was intended for the children of slaves, enslaved people.
Okay, so obviously, like you haven't like read like the congressional debate on the 14th Amendment, because if you did,
No, I have. The debate's been settled. It's all persons.
No, I'm saying the congressional debate on the floor of Congress in 1865, when they were attempting to ratify the amendment, they like explicitly discussed how this was supposed to naturalize the children of enslaved individuals, but it was also explicitly supposed to naturalize the children of immigrants. That was debated on the floor of Congress when they were ratifying the 14th Amendment in 1865. So for you to suggest that that was not the original intention of the amendment, or at least one of the original intentions of the amendment, is false.
So once again, I didn't really come up here for birthright citizenship. You're only doing it because you can only win on these things that you care about. Birthright, I whatever. I don't care. I don't really care too much about it. It could stay the same. It could get changed. I don't care. Like I said, I came up here.
You don't care
because
about
you're like
one of the most important amendments in the Constitution?
Well, all the amendments are important, but besides the 21st,
The 14th Amendment single-handedly is one of the most important amendments of the Constitution. The 14th Amendment is what ended the Civil War. The 14th Amendment was the bargaining chip for the southern states to rejoin the Union. The 14th Amendment was the basis, was the foundation for ending racial segregation inside of schools. The 14th Amendment is the first suggestion of racial equality in American history.
No, it's not. No, it is not. And depending on who you're talking to, some of those things weren't good things, but it absolutely wasn't. You still point out that there's racial inequality, so obviously it wasn't that big. That's something that you point out.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, that's why
know.
I said the first suggestion, right? Because after the 14th Amendment was signed into law, SCOTUS interpreted the 14th Amendment originally to mean separate but equal, and that's how they legalized racial segregation under like Jim Crow era segregation. It was because of a bad interpretation of the 14th Amendment. But the reason I say it's still the first suggestion of racial equality is because it was ultimately the amendment in which was used in the Brown v. Board SCOTUS case to rule that racial segregation inside of schools was like unconstitutional, and then set forth the accurate interpretation of the amendment, ruling out separate but equal, quote unquote. And it's also what granted, African Americans right citizenship following the Dred Scott decision.
Yeah, great. So Dred Scott, absolutely. I don't agree with Dred Scott necessarily. But Brown v. Once again, like I said, it depends on who you're talking about. I'm not necessarily a fan of Brown v. Board, but once again, these things depend.
Yeah, man. I'm not interested in talking to somebody that's not a fan of Brown v. Board. I hope you have a great rest of your day while we work on loading up the next guest into the live. But so by the way, Brown v. Board was the court case that determined that racial segregation inside of schools was unconstitutional. I'm not interested in talking to somebody that is not a fan of criminalizing racial segregation inside of schools. Welcome in. What's going on, DPK? Do you support Trump?
Yes.
Age? I don't even know why I asked the question. You were obviously like 10. Moving on to the next guest here. Everyone give us a minute to get our next guest. Jackson loaded it up into the box. Here we go, everybody. Give us a minute. What's going on? Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Yes, you do. How old are you, Jackson?
I've been a Republican, born in 1960. I'm 65 years old today.
Yeah, you are maybe 17.
Fuck are you talking to me about?
Moving on. Everyone give us a minute to... Oh, his bio says 16? I was off by a year. Look at me go. That's impressive. I was off by a year. Wow. Ow, fuck. Just try to give myself a pat on the back and I hurt myself by hitting the mic stand. God damn it. Moving on. Here we go. Everybody, we got Ambush joining the live. Yo, quickly. Ella, thank you for the $5 over on PayPal. I appreciate you for the love. Christina.
What's up, buddy? How are you?
You know, I'm doing phenomenal. Give us a minute.
All right.
Have you been able to find my address yet?
No.
Okay. I kicked them. I was supposed to like have my mouse like hovering over the kick button, but it accidentally it accidentally like my fingers slipped and it kicked him too soon. I wonder what his answer to the question would have been. If you're curious, that guy's been trying to find my address for like the last year and a half. Moving on to the next guest, Jack. Here we go, everybody. Christina, thank you so much for the $10 over at PayPal. 100 Christina W's. Christina says, your patience is remarkable. Greetings from Europe. Thank God. Christina, thank you for tuning into the live stream and thank you for the $10. That is very kind of you. As well as Hannah, thank you so much for the $25 over on PayPal. Thank you. Hannah says, honestly, never thought about politics until I came across your videos. It gave me the realization that politics is something so important as a part of the future generation. I want to help make it better. You've helped me find my love for debating again, and now my dream is to be a lawyer. Thank you for everything that you do. And keep going, Hannah. Hannah, you are like one of the core reasons I do this. You are one of the core reasons I do this, Hannah. I'm very proud of you, and you will absolutely be able to achieve that goal if you apply yourself. Good shit, Hannah. Very good shit. Very, 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 very good shit, Hannah. Show some love to Hannah. That is awesome. One of the main reasons I do what I do. Right there. Right there, man. Let me tell you. Right there. Hello, do you support Trump? No. Okay, guys, here's what we're going to do. Instead of polling from the queue, we're going to go ahead and poll from the chat. So go ahead and put a MAGA with your age down below in that comment section. Literally right now, we'll get you pulled up in here. Let's go ahead and focus on people that are coming from that chat compared to the queue, because right now the queue is honestly all over the place. I'm not going to lie. People don't follow the rules, whatever.
I love you, though.
Yo,
my bad, bro. My bad.
I appreciate you, man. No worries, no worries, no worries. Go ahead and put a MAGA with your age down below in that chat. We're going to get you loaded in here. Please follow the rules. So hard to get people to follow the rules. All-knowing Mr. Cheese wants to join. King Don wants to join. King Don, hello.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, I'm from. I was born in Sweden, but I moved to America. Is that okay?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, let's just confirm that real quick. What time is it?
5 p.m.
What state are you in?
What state? Like right now, I'm in Sweden. But like I have like a house in America right now.
Really? What state?
And I bought. Huh?
What state is the house in?
Why does it matter?
What?
Why does that matter?
I just want to confirm that you're telling the truth.
It's near Arizona.
Arizona? What are 3 cities in Arizona?
Huh?
What are 3 cities in Arizona?
That's Phoenix.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What about 2 others?
Why do you want to know those?
To confirm that you're telling the truth. How about this? How about this? How about this? How about, what is the weather like in Phoenix?
Like, why does that matter?
Because it's really important. What is the weather like in Phoenix?
Bro,
I have a question. Like seriously, when you travel to your house in Phoenix, do you typically like are you a big fan of like skiing there? Like,
nah, it's very warm.
It's fair. Okay, you got up on that one. By the way, it's 2 in Sweden, not 5.
Yeah, but I'm not in Sweden right now.
You told us that you were in Sweden right now.
Yeah, but not in the state right now. But I am from Sweden.
Yeah, he's all over the place. We're gonna move on to the next guest. Here we go, guys. You gotta put a MAGA devil in that chat. No, dude, he was dedicated to it. I respect that. I respect that. Let's go to move on to the next guest, everyone. Go ahead and just give us a minute while we're working on getting the next guest loaded in. Go to put a MAGA with your age down below. We'll get you loaded up.
Make America great.
That is a child. Bad fetus. Don't support Trump. Very bad. Very bad. Moving on to the next guest. Here we go. We got user loading up into the box right now. Everyone just give us a minute. Go ahead and put a MAGA with your age down below once again if you want to join. We are seriously just looking for debate, and it is proving to be incredibly difficult tonight. Like I'm telling y'all, we have 9,000 people in the TikTok live stream. There's not one person that is seemingly ready and willing to come up here and have a debate, which is completely absurd. Yo, what's going on, Jonesy? You support Trump?
Hello. See ya.
No. Margaret, you support Trump?
Yes.
Age?
63.
You sound serious.
Yeah, I am.
What's something that only a 63-year-old would know?
I don't know. Anyways, I love you so much, Dean.
Okay, stop trolling. Guys, we've been looking for a guest for 30 minutes. Please stop trolling. Like seriously, when it gets like over 30 minutes looking for a guest, just stop it. I'm being so serious. Like, it's not funny. Like once it gets over 30 minutes, like, the trolling is no longer funny. Welcome in, Bobby. Do you support Trump?
Yep.
Are you driving?
No, I got my headphones in. You want me to take them out?
Yeah, Bobby, you go ahead and do that for me. That'd be great. While
All right, yeah,
Bobby's
give me 1
working on
second.
getting the headphones out, I want to go ahead and extend a big ol' thank you to Dalen for the $35 over on PayPal. They say my name is Cloud, so not Cloud, but Dalen. Sorry, not Dalen, but Cloud. Show some love to Cloud down below. That is Kloud. Cloud says, I just wanted to let you know that you are absolutely amazing and a super bright light in my life in an otherwise dark place. I just recently found you. And I have to say, I've seen almost every video I can find. You bring a lot of hope to the younger generation, and once my kid is born, I hope he grows up to be even half the man you are. Keep it up, truly, my man. Dude, Cloud, like, I don't even deserve half of those words. That is truly a very kind sentiment. And I bet your son is going to be great, right? Because it seems like he is a great fucking father. So show some love to Cloud, everybody. I really appreciate you for the love. And Bobby, go ahead and take it away. Tell us why you support Trump.
Hey, Dean. Yeah. So one of the reasons is I really do agree with, cracking down on this immigration. I do think that there's been like an absurd amount of illegal crossings. I know it's always sort of that's sort of always the case, but also incentivizing them to do it, I feel like makes it worse.
Okay, so you support Trump because of mass deportation?
I support him because someone has to say, hey, enough is enough. Like, we can't just let anyone do anything.
So do you support mass deportation?
I think I can support anything within a gray area if it makes sense. If the means justify the ends, I mean, I guess so. Or excuse me, the other way around.
So your answer is yes, you do support mass deportation. Okay. All right. Would you agree that, like, conceptually a good policy is one that produces more positive outcomes than negative outcomes, and a bad policy is one that produces more negative outcomes than positive outcomes?
I think positive and negative are irrelevant because they're so subjective. What I might call morally wrong or right, or positive or negative, you might not agree with.
Okay, so then
like we probably disagree on.
So if like the outcomes of policy is irrelevant to determining the effect of like how good or bad the policy is, how do you like come to the conclusion that mass deportation is a good policy?
Well, let me clarify something in response to that. So I did not agree that I did not exactly agree with what you said. That's not what I said. I said that when I'm sorry, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little bit elevated right now. However, I did not agree to the way you worded it. I feel like you kind of took it and maybe skewed it a little bit. But can you restate your question in another way?
A good policy is one that produces more good outcomes than bad outcomes. A bad policy is one that produces more bad outcomes than good outcomes.
Right. And so, like, when you say good or bad, I can say, like, okay, it might be good for this person, but bad for another person. And so I feel like that viewpoint kind of assumes that you can please the majority of people when that's kind of like hard to judge. And so when you say good and bad, I would replace that with, I think, a net benefit for most people. And I know you might think of that as good. However, like I said, I just think about it in a little bit more of a subjective way. Yeah. So and here's a net positive I think that gives us.
So if a policy produces a net positive outcome, then it produces more positive outcomes than negative outcomes, which is exactly what I said.
Okay, I would like to revisit that. I don't want to waste too much time going over that back and forth because I think there's maybe like a fundamental way we're both speaking about it that's in disagreements. But I'll let you have that for the moment.
Dude.
Go ahead and tell you what the positive.
One second, Daniel. How old are you? Daniel left. So I don't want you to just let me have that. I want you to agree or disagree.
Yeah, I think what we're disagreeing on is that I think the idea of positive and negative have a lot to do with like people's subjective view on morality.
Positive and negative outcomes, don't have to be like more like anything to do with morality.
They don't have to. You gotta say
You could also have like a negative outcome of a policy that's like negative, like descriptively, like it produces bad outcomes in the sense of like making our country worse off, right? But that's not always going to be like morally bad. It's going to be like a descriptive bad. Honestly, Bobby, I'm gonna kick you. I hope you have a good rest of your day. I just already know the conversation that would have unfolded if I didn't choose to remove you. If that makes any sense. Like if we can't even like agree on like the structure in which we could use to determine a good or bad policy, I just know
Keep doing what you're doing, Dean. I love you so much. Sorry for the troll. I'm a bad feeder.
Great. I just know like if you were disagreeing on that, like the conversation would have been so bad.
Dean, my love.
Get the fuck out. Moving on. All right. Go ahead and put a MAGA with your age down below if you want to join up, y'all. We're going to move on to the next guest right now. What's going on? Do you support Trump?
Oh, that was an accident. Sorry.
No worries. No worries. Moving on to Felix. Here we go. Holy crap. Hop in the queue if you support Trump. Drop a MAGA down below if you support Trump. We just wanted...
I love you so much. I love you so much. Marry me, please. I love you so much. I love you so much. Please marry me. Oh my gosh. Like, you're so fun. Please.
Hi, Dav. Are you driving?
No, I'm not. I'm at home.
Nice. Do you support Trump?
Most of the time, yeah. I choose to not be bipartisan just because I feel like you can't be single issue voters. And so I like to judge based on each individual situation on what I support and don't.
So overall, do you support the Trump administration? Do they have
I'd say the majority of what I've seen.
Net positive impact or net negative impact?
I'd say net positive.
All right, why?
I mean, to sum up everything in once is a little bit much, but I'd say it's overall, I feel like a lot of what he's done is regarding finances, business, and the way the American economy is going has been net beneficial. There are like more finer points that have been a bit more, maybe morally questionable for some people.
Okay, what makes you say that he's been good for the economy?
He's putting America first as far as the world economy, which is in the long run going to benefit us. You scoff. What do you mean? What do you disagree with, though?
I mean, you're saying that he puts America first with his economic policy. I completely disagree.
Okay, I guess I'll give my explanation first, but I would love to hear yours regardless.
Okay. Quickly, before you give your explanation, Meg, do you support Trump?
I do support Trump, and I have a couple reasons why I do.
Okay, well, let's have a little bit of a 1v2. Do you want to debate with Dav, Meg?
Ooh, I mean, I don't know if I'll be able to, but I have a few things that I'm very happy about that he just come into regulation with.
Okay, real quick. Well, let's not interrupt Dav. Do you want to just hang out and let Dav make his argument, and then I'll give you the mic?
Yeah, I'll hang out. I'll mute.
All right, give us the argument, Dav.
Well, I guess regarding tariffs and the world economy, I see it as beneficial, just given that for a long time, different countries' economies have taken advantage of ours, and him placing tariffs and being more, at least initially, aggressive in some ways has benefited because a lot of companies have chosen to then, or countries have chosen to then thus invest in America, bring companies into America, increasing jobs, increasing revenue here.
I think it's all smoke and mirrors. Everything you just said, smoke and mirrors. Because when we look at the data, when we look at the data of macro investment into American manufacturing, it's actually gone stagnant and decreased for the first time since America rebounded from the pandemic.
In what time frame exactly are you referring to?
In the first quarter of this year and the second quarter of this year.
I mean, a lot of those changes have just been implemented, so they have to have time to take effect, don't they?
Well, no, he's been bragging about these investments since before Liberation Day with billions of dollars from Saudi Arabia, etc. And the reason why I say that they're all smoke and mirrors is because a lot of these multi-billion-dollar investments are drawn out over the course of 10 years. So quarter per quarter, they're very marginal. And just simply speaking, what has made individuals adverse to investing in American manufacturing and American industries has a lot to do with the negative impacts of the tariffs, like causing inflation for the American consumers, as well as like the negative impacts of mass deportation on American manufacturers. So I think that's why, even though we're seeing these announced investments, overall business investment is still going down.
That's fair. I mean, initially, of course, I would suspect some of those changes, and I would agree with you on that. I think
we'll only see it go down more because of the mass deportation.
You think the mass deportation will affect the economy more?
Absolutely, especially
long
investment
term or
in
short
American,
term?
both. The longer that we spend doing the operation, the more of a negative impact it has, because the more workers in our labor force that we're laying off, and the more consumers in our consumer base that we're kicking out.
Okay. I mean, I guess I can understand that as far as just strictly numbers. What do you feel though about at least someone who might say, and I don't know the data on this, so that's why I asked, but what do you feel about people that would say that some immigrants have been taken advantage of as far as cheaper labor, and so now these companies are forced to actually pay citizens adequate wages, and they're maybe failing, and maybe that hurts the economy initially, but it does kind of weed out improper businesses that aren't running things, I say, morally correctly.
Well, first, I agree with you. Undocumented immigrants have been exploited by their employers due to their lack of citizenship or residency, and I disagree with that. But still yet, undocumented immigrants prefer that compared to the conditions in which they came from, or else they wouldn't have came here. But I still don't think it's right, and that's why I think we should offer undocumented immigrants a pathway to residency or citizenship, so that they could be residents or citizens and have just as much bargaining power as the residents and citizens that already exist, so then they could get paid more. So basically, instead of destroying the economy because they're exploited, we just make it harder to exploit them just as hard as it would be to exploit a citizen by making them citizens. So then not only does our economy get better because they're making more money, GDP, average GDP per capita goes up, but they're also more incentivized to pay taxes since they could claim those federal benefits. So taxable revenue goes up and the economy gets better.
Well, and you said something that I find interesting that I'd like to know kind of more about how you feel. You said giving them a pathway towards residency.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Like mass amnesty. Allow them to stay in the country, but they are now just working towards residency or citizenship while they're in.
So
the
you're
country.
essentially saying kind of just a simple blanket, you're here, you get it, not some sort of pathway to ensure, I guess, how do you filter that? Do you just say everybody that lives here all of a sudden gets citizenship, and then starting from here on, it changes?
Good question. Not necessarily. I think undocumented immigrants with prior violent offenses shouldn't be offered this. I think that undocumented immigrants with prior nonviolent criminal offenses that are like pretty crazy shouldn't be offered this.
Yeah.
I think that undocumented immigrants with like certain outstanding warrants from other countries shouldn't be offered this.
Fair.
Yeah, but everybody else, yeah, sure, offer it to them. Beautiful.
I guess the issue I think that arises though is how do you do that in a blanket mass way without letting those that you're saying shouldn't be slip through, and that's why there is the current pathway there is. But of course, it does need to be made more efficient.
So the way that we make sure that they don't slip through is by identifying them and deporting them, right?
Right, but essentially what I'm saying is I agree with your idea and I do like it, but I find that it's going to be an issue of resources and efficiency that's going to come down to.
Oh, so it's an issue of pragmatics, how hard it is to actually do. Well, we know that it.
Well, no. I'm not saying it's a bad idea.
I know you're saying it's a hard idea to actually get done. I hear you. Well, we know that it'd be
how do
easier.
we implement it?
It'd be easier to actually implement than mass deportation. The reason why I say this is because we have millions of undocumented immigrants in this country, right? What plan are they going to want to cooperate with? The plan that benefits them, gives them the ability to make more money, gives them the ability to access social safety nets, or the plan that fucking destroys families and sends them back to where they don't want to be?
What would you say, though, to the plan that was implemented and given and offered to current immigrants of saying, if you leave now, we'll pay for your ticket, and then you can come back through the natural way? Do you disagree with that, and why then? Because that is somewhat similar as far as efficiency and pragmatics.
I think it's actually not similar insofar as efficiency and pragmatics. I think that it's significantly less efficient, like economically speaking, to say we're going to give you money to deport you, and then you have to wait 20 years to come back in illegally. Well, you're basically just taking this individual, which is contributing to the economy, both on the supply and demand side, and saying, well, you could contribute again in 20 years, and we're going to pay for you to leave, right? I mean, think about it. Instead, we should just say, here's a pathway to residency or citizenship now, so you could continue to contribute for the next 20 years, and we're not just giving you money to stop providing to the economy. So like economically speaking, it's significantly more efficient to do mass amnesty compared to whatever you just described.
No, I'm not necessarily disagreeing with you. I'm just saying the issue is similar to me as far as healthcare, because I work in healthcare. Of the healthcare system's broken, insurance system's broken. To fix that in one fell swoop is near impossible. And so how do you go about then? I'd say rather than providing mass amnesty, how do you change the immigration system from what it is now, the broken system, to something more efficient?
Well, that's just the other side of the coin. It's not a dichotomy. It's not this or that. You have both. Right. So you give undocumented immigrants, as I just described, mass amnesty. It's good for them. It's good for us. It's good for the country. And you also heavily focus on fixing the very broken system of what is our current immigration processes for entry.
I'm saying those should be the same thing, though, is that the immigrants currently here should have to undergo that process. It just needs to be made more efficient rather than just,
actually,
here you go,
yes.
you're good.
Yeah, I agree with you. So like the process that they'd undergo while they like stay in the country and continue to work should be the same process that's offered to all legal immigrants. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, that's fair. I wouldn't disagree with that.
All right, right. Well, I mean, the view that you just agreed to is actually so far left, the Democratic Party doesn't even uphold it, which is crazy because it's actually pretty like commonsensical, and it's like, definitely like antithetical to mass deportation and what Trump is doing.
Well, and I think that the issue is that I don't necessarily disagree or agree with the mass deportation. It's the way that a lot of presidents have dealt with immigration over the years. People just don't like that Trump is doing it because they don't like Trump, you know? I mean, Obama, Clinton, everybody had deportations in their presidencies. And so
well, I think that you're like kind of like soft shifting the goalpost now because you like agreed that you don't like it. Like, because if you don't agree that you don't like his mass deportation, well, then you're kind of like a walking contradiction because how could you say you support mass amnesty and you support mass deportation? That doesn't make any sense. You told us you support the version of mass amnesty I described. You thought it was good. That's what the term support means. So therefore, that means that you think that you don't support mass deportation, that you think that's bad.
What I'm saying is that it's a system that's broken, and I don't think you can say mass amnesty or mass deportation are the only two routes. And so therefore, I'm saying when you're suggesting this mass amnesty, I agree with you.
Okay, well, yeah, you agree with what I'm describing. It's antithetical to what Trump is doing. Therefore, you disagree with what Trump's doing, right?
In that case, I would say, yeah.
Okay, all right, yeah. So you disagree with Donald Trump's immigration policy.
Not across the board. See, that's what I'm saying is how he's going about it now is how every other president has gone about it. I don't think it's efficient. I think it's a waste of resources.
That's not even true. I mean, that's not true. He's not going about it how every other president is going about it. Like Biden didn't deport people without due process. Biden didn't play judge, jury, and executioner and send undocumented immigrants to be beaten and tortured in El Salvador. Biden didn't want to deport every single undocumented immigrant in this country. So that's not true. But even if it was true, this wouldn't mean that therefore, same thing with Obama. Even if it was true, this wouldn't mean therefore you support Trump's immigration policy. This would just mean that you disagree with the immigration policy of the last 5 presidents, right? It wouldn't yield the conclusion that therefore you support it. So we're still at that basis of you telling us that you don't agree with Donald Trump's immigration policy, yet you support him because of his immigration policy, which does not make much sense.
No, I didn't say I support him because of his immigration policy. I support him because of the economic policies that he's pursuing. Part of that, in some way, of course, has to do with mass deportation. I just think that there's another route, and of course, I'm not an expert in it, so I can't say I know that other route. But I am happy with some of the other things he's done, and so that's why I say I support him. But of course, I'm not a single issue voter, and I am not stuck in the bipartisan mindset. Because, like, just for example, the last guy that you had on, you said, if you vote for the Democrat in 2028, I'll go work out with you. I mean, I can understand that because it is kind of like a polarizing thing, but to be that stuck of I'm going to vote Democrat no matter who the candidates are seems a little bit narrow-minded.
That's
right?
kind of a joke, man.
How so?
Like it was like literally a joke. Like I'm not actually going to work out with Connor if he. No.
I know. It's the idea of you kind of leaning into that of just saying, you know, encouraging someone to vote for essentially a candidate we don't even know. And I know it's based in jokes. But what I'm saying is like literally that's the bipartisan mindset.
It was like literally a joke.
Right, but I'm saying that is the bipartisan mindset of like.
Yeah, I could agree. I could agree. It was a joke about the partisan mindset.
Fair.
Yeah, that was like slightly involved with the joke. I don't know. I don't think it's that deep.
No, that's fair. I've just never seen you before, and so I hopped on and I was like, oh wow, is he really stuck that way where he's like, I only vote Democrat every 4 years? You know, I didn't know.
I mean, no. So I mean, I'll just vote for whoever the candidate is, but the likelihood of a Democrat being the better candidate in 2028 is like around like 95%. If I'm going to be honest.
I hope they put up a better candidate this next time around for sure.
Okay. Well,
and let the people actually vote for it. But
is there anything else that you want to go over?
I mean, I guess I'd be interested. So the economy, you're saying that tariffs are detrimental or not really posing any benefit. You don't see the effects of that potentially yielding any sort of benefit. And maybe, I guess you could even segue into the pharmaceutical aspects of changing the cost of pharmaceuticals or trying to make that change. I don't know if it's necessarily instated and functional yet, but do you know what I'm referring to?
I'm not so sure what you said.
So specifically pharmaceuticals, I guess, decreasing the cost of certain drugs. So
why would tariffs reduce the price of like pharmaceuticals?
Sorry, those were a little bit disconnected. It was more just a general mindset on policies. I guess specifically pharmaceuticals, since that's maybe a newer thing that I've recently.
Well, I mean, if you agree with reducing the price of pharmaceuticals, you should have supported Biden, not Trump. Okay, the reason why I'd say that is Biden actually did things to reduce the price of pharmaceuticals. He implemented a $35 cap per month on insulin for diabetics in America, right? What has Trump done? He passed an executive order begging them to, saying, please reduce the price of pharmaceuticals. But if you don't reduce the price of pharmaceuticals, we're not going to do anything. We're just going to ask you to politely.
I suppose that's fair. Maybe it hasn't been done in the proper concrete manner. I see that, and maybe you're right in some ways. As some of it is smoke and mirrors and just saying things, but the fact that it's become more transparent, I think, and more clear cut of these other countries have been paying this amount of money for these certain drugs, and we pay 5-10 times the amount.
Right, because their legislation is better than ours, because they have universal health care, where they have a conglomerate body of their government negotiate the price of these pharmaceuticals, else they risk those pharmaceuticals not being allowed into the market, which is disproportionately dominated by said system of universal health care. But in America, we don't have universal health care, so our government doesn't have as much bargaining power against the sellers and or creators of the pharmaceutical drugs, and for whatever fucking reason, Republicans just hate to impose price caps on them to make them affordable to Americans. That's why pharmaceutical drugs cost more in America compared to other countries. That's why Biden implemented a price cap on the price of insulin. That's why Kamala Harris ran on giving private pharmaceutical giving our government a greater renegotiating ability with private pharmaceutical companies, and why she ran on policy to reduce the most amount of money that any citizen could pay out of pocket for private pharmaceutical drugs to $2,000 per year. Right, but what has Trump done? Literally nothing. So you said you're in healthcare, you're telling us that you care about the price of pharmaceutical drugs. The left was the very obvious option in the last election as it related to said goal.
I think the issue that I've seen, at least with the left in the past, and I guess I can't speak with too many details since I am truly not as in tune with updates on some of these items, is the fact that you're saying Kamala imposed these limits, Biden did the same. You can impose that, but how then does that ripple down the line as far as affecting pharmaceuticals, affecting insurance payouts, and thereby affecting some of the healthcare workers that are receiving their pay due to some of those changes?
I don't know. What were the impacts that we saw under the Biden-Harris administration? I don't think that we saw many negative ones. It's because the creators of pharmaceutical drugs price gouge the fuck out of them because the demand is inelastic and they can.
Okay. You've made me aware of something that I definitely have to look more into. I appreciate that.
Right, Dev. Well, I mean, I think I'm going to have a conversation with Meg here. I hope you have a good rest of your day.
You as well. Thank you so much.
All right, Meg, come back to the app. You are here. Hello, Meg.
I am here.
I really appreciate you for being patient while I was talking to Daphne.
Of course, I'm always patient. I am 33 years old, and I'm a happy American. And
very nice.
I I want to bring up some things that Trump has done.
Okay.
That I feel is very detrimental to our environment where I live.
Okay, I'm gonna make you wait like another 30 seconds because I gotta think a
Oh
couple things.
no. Okay, go
It's
for
only
it.
gonna be
It's
30
okay.
seconds. Jacqueline, thank you for the $10 over on PayPal saying Dean Colt. Woo! Hell yeah, Jacqueline. Appreciate you for being here. Let's get 100 Jacqueline W's down below. As well as Blake 21 minutes ago over on Venmo with the $30 donation, and Libby with a $15 donation over on Venmo. Blake says with a $30 donation, he says, just cooked my MAGA landlord because of your debates. Thank you for the ammo. Thank you a million times over. Blake, I bet that was satisfying as fuck. Good for you, man. Everybody show some love to Blake down below. And then Libby says, I've earned a settlement of 1.4 mil 2 years ago because of my dad's death that I let my financial advisors handle. I lost $200K in the first economic quarter of this year and regained it when the tariffs were paused. Yeah, Libby, that's it. That is definitely what we've seen. We saw a massive crash in the market. Also, I appreciate you for the love, and I'm really sorry to hear that you're about your dad. Thank you for being here. Now, take it away, Meg.
I just want to say I'm so sorry about your dad, baby girl. I just want to send my prayers your way. But I've always been kind of edgy. Does that make sense? Like I'm always like on the edge. But I will read off a couple of the things like the tariffs, not really the tariffs, but just a lot of the things that Trump has done literally in the last month. A couple of them were from the 17th and another one was on the 3rd. So the regulatory relief stationary sources for to promote the American energy. I love that because we needed that. Like we honestly did. We needed that. Another one was the American chemical manufacturing security, which we definitely needed that, and then the ending of the market distorting subsidies for unreliable foreign controlled energy sources. Like that was huge. And so I'm okay with that, and like for our past little friend that was on here with him talking about the tariffs and everything else and just kind of trying to figure out all that stuff. It was like, okay, like I kind of understood in a way, but like whenever you were talking, I was like, oh no, like, yeah, you right? But a lot of these were super hitting me because where I live in New Mexico, a lot of people don't know New Mexico is actually a state. You know what I mean? Like they all don't look at me like that. New Mexico is a state, okay? But a lot of our state is oil filled, like a lot of our stuff is oil. And Trump is trying to save our oil field. And that's all my husband's ever known. And it's just one of those things where if they get rid of oil or try to, what's next? Does that make sense? Are you eating goldfish? Those look good. Oh, Cheez-Its. I love Cheez-Its.
Okay.
But
I was
yeah,
snacking while you were chatting, but I was listening. So at the end, you suggested that the left wants to get rid of oil production.
And no, I feel like the right is the one that wanted to. Remember when Biden was in office and he was like saying something about oil field, and I honestly don't remember exactly what he said, so I can't really like complain if that makes sense.
Biden's on the left.
Okay, well, either way. But you know what I mean. Sorry. But it was one of those things where they were trying to shut down our oil field, and I know, giggle. It's fine. It's okay. I'll let you.
No, I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, don't apologize. It's okay. Yeah, no, but like I remember when he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna shut all this down," and like Trump came in and said, "Hey, like we got this. Like we're gonna let it thrive," And that gives my husband a job. Like it keeps his job, And
okay, check this shit out. Check this shit out.
Go for it.
So the big lie, right, about Big Daddy Joe, okay, cutting oil in America, right, is propaganda. All right, and I could prove it to you. Are you ready?
I'm so ready. Go for it.
The Biden administration, right, the communist leftists, produced more oil in this country than Donald Trump did under his first term.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. No.
I'm not gonna doubt you at all.
This is coming from the Energy Information Administration. Wow, what a phrase.
I don't doubt you at all.
Yeah, you can find it by, if you do, don't. You shouldn't take everything on the internet for its face value. You can find it by typing in U.S. crude oil production. Unironically, right, Biden just simply produced more oil. They were great for oil production. In fact, they oversaw the largest amount of domestic oil production in this country's history.
Okay. So, another thing. So obviously it's the American Chemical Manufacturing Security. That is one of my big ones. He just sent a bill for that on the 17th, I believe. I feel like honestly some of the stuff he's doing is like questionable, but at the same time I feel like it is like okay, but am I wrong for like feeling like everybody around in New Mexico, because New Mexico is a blue state, but most of southeastern, southwestern New Mexico were all red, like we all are pretty Republican, but northeastern and everything is all blue, and that's what causes our state to be blue, which I don't mind. It's everybody has their preference, they all have their choice, and I'm okay with that. I'm very good with that, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be that person. But when it comes to the American Chemical Manufacturing Security, it makes me kind of question, like, what exactly are they doing?
Okay, I have a question. What is the American whatever the fuck thing do?
For the manufacturing security?
No, for the chemical thing.
Oh, look at you! You got glasses. From what I know, is it's more for like oh my god, I can't remember the damn name. Oh, I just got off work today. I'm burnt out. So don't laugh, girl. Don't laugh. It's okay. I can't really completely answer that because I can't remember honestly. But
okay, I just read it.
You're good. It's confusing as hell.
While you've been talking, I just read the whole thing.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
So all that it did was it revoked a rule set by the EPA in last year that required cleaner air production from synthetic chemical and polymer manufacturers. So they basically required synthetic chemical and polymer manufacturers to not destroy the environment, right? And then what this did was it is now just reallowing synthetic chemical and polymer manufacturers to destroy the environment.
Damn.
Right? Bad. Boo. Boo.
Yeah, damn. I'm sorry for my language. The other one was obviously ending market distributing or subsidies for unreliable fluorine control with the sources.
Okay, what is this one?
That's another one that he did, and I was kind of confused by that. Don't get me wrong, I was very confused by that one because when I read it, I was like,
I have a question. What is this executive order do?
It was on the 17th from
It was on the 7th.
If I remember correctly, it was on the 17th that he signed it.
Well, but what does it do?
I don't know. Like I read it.
Wait, if you don't know what it does, then why do you like? Well,
that's why I'm asking you because I was like, I'm confused.
Dude, I'm not even joking. This ends taxpayer-funded subsidies for wind and solar energy.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not. That's the purpose of the bill. Anybody could go read this. It ends taxpayer-funded subsidies for wind and solar energy.
That is so crazy. What?
Why do you support that?
That's why I asked you, because I was like, you're more informative than I am,
Yeah,
for sure.
Within
Damn
45
sure.
days of this bill being enacted, it enforces the termination of clean electricity tax credits too.
Oh.
Right. Within. Yeah.
And I seen on the 3rd, he did like some type of bill about improving our national parks.
Okay. All right. What does that one do?
I don't know. I read it, but I was like, oh,
Meg,
dude, I'm telling you right now, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I love you for everything, but I literally seen it, and I was like, what is the point of this?
Dude, you are making me work so hard right now.
I'm so sorry.
Dude, okay. I'm gonna move on to the next guest, Meg. I appreciate you.
You're good. I appreciate being on here. Thank you so much. I didn't even know you, honestly, but I appreciate being on here, and I appreciate all of it. Thank you so much.
What a silly guest. What a silly guest. What a silly guest. We're gonna go to move on to the next guest, y'all. If you're watching and you want to support me, you could find my Venmo, my PayPal, and the link tree in my bio. Everybody, I get 100% of all the proceeds over on those platforms. They go straight to me. They're going to pay for my therapy after today. I don't know what's going on with the guest today. Something is in the air because what the hell is going on? But, apart from, Meg's claims there, Meg seemed like a fun person. She seemed like a fun person. Hello, Taylor. Do you support Trump?
You and Parker are Team Conrad, and Charlie Kirk is Team Jeremiah.
I don't know who those people are. Are those names from Love Island? I think that those are names from Love Island. Moving on to the next guest. Here we go, everybody. What's up, Johnny? Do you support Trump?
Yeah.
Age?
17.
Okay, goodbye. Gotta be at least 18 to join the TikTok live. Moving on to Daniel. Here we go, everyone. Are you guys proud of me for knowing that? Like, I don't watch a show. Hi, Daniel.
Hi, how you doing, Dean?
I am doing phenomenal. So I'm hearing you're a Trump supporter.
Yes, I am. I'm a Trump supporter.
Well, God damn it, Daniel. He sucks. Why would you ever support him as president?
Because at the end of the day, Trump he ain't homophobic. Everybody say he homophobic. He ain't homophobic. He homo Simpson. Meaning he ignorant as fuck when it comes to homosexual shit, but he ain't homophobic.
Was Kamala Harris like? I just had a curiosity. Do you think that Kamala Harris was homophobic?
I think so. I think she was a fake supporter because she ain't say shit about trans people. And I got a son or my daughter now because I'm PC. I'm with all the bullshit.
So I agree. Kamala Harris didn't talk about trans people enough. Donald Trump just denies their existence. Which one is preferable? The candidate that doesn't talk about trans people enough, or the one that literally denies their existence?
Well, in the first term, he mentioned supporting LGBTQ rights.
Well, dude, he's launched an attack on trans people in America. Like socially speaking, with his rhetoric. I mean, his first thing was to end trans people with an executive order.
Well, that's because he gotta get his supporters all happy and shit.
Well, I know, but obviously the material outcome of a Trump presidency is going to be worse for trans people in this country compared to Kamala Harris. He revoked their right from being in the military.
I mean, I think things like that can change.
But they would even happen in the first place if Harris was elected.
I beg to differ.
What? You think if Kamala Harris was elected, she would have banned trans people from the military?
I don't know, but
I know that she wouldn't have.
But I never heard her say anything other than nothing.
Agreed.
She didn't say nothing.
Agreed. She didn't talk as much about trans people as she should have. Agreed. I would prefer a candidate that doesn't talk about trans people enough than a president that like actively ends their rights.
I mean, fair enough.
Right?
But
fair? So you just called me right. That means you're wrong.
Sure. But at the end of the day, Trump was still better than Kamala.
Kamala? Okay.
Kamala. Well, yeah.
No, her name is pronounced Kamala.
Kamala.
There you go.
Yeah, she was, but Trump was just better at the time. We
Okay.
know nothing.
Why do you support him today?
That's a good question, Dean.
Like after lying about his name not being on the Epstein files, redistributing wealth from the poor to the rich, launching attacks on all of our allies.
I think the whole Epstein thing is just a distraction.
For what?
I think it's not real at all. I think
what
I think that whole thing is just a conspiracy theory.
What? Do you agree with Trump that it was a conspiracy theory created by Obama?
I believe that, Dean. I believe that the Democrats want to take the country back, and this was set up a long time ago.
So then why did he promise to release the conspiracy theory made by Obama?
I don't know.
Why didn't Biden release a conspiracy theory made by Obama?
Well, because the DOJ and Biden were not one and the same as Trump is now with the DOJ. So it kind of made sense when Biden was in power. But, now that Trump is in power, it's just different.
You got to be trolling, right, Daniel?
Well, to be honest, I'm kind of drunk a little bit.
Have a good one. We're gonna move on to the next guest. Here we go, everybody. Yo, I appreciate you for the $5 Australian. Jim, that is very kind of you. Thank you so much for the love, Jim. Thank you so much.
Can you hear me?
I can, man. Jack, thank you for the $5 over on Venmo saying I love you.
Can you hear me?
Jack? Yeah, I can. What's going on, man? Do you support Trump?
I cannot hear you.
Well.
Can you hear me?
If you can't hear me, I'm gonna have to kick you. Moving on. Let's go and see what that next guest Brooklyn has to say. Everyone, give us a minute to get that next guest loaded up into the box for the 7.5 thousand people watching. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you so much, everybody. Give us a minute to get that next guest loaded into the box. Guys, going to put a MAGA with your age down below in that comment section. We'll get you loaded in right now. All right, here we are, everybody. What's going on? How old are you? James, age?
Dean. My love.
Stop. That's creepy. That's creepy. Dude. That was creepy. Why was he whispering it like that? I didn't like that. Not a fan, quite frankly. Thank you. Next. Moving on to the next guest. Here we go. Hello. Do you support Trump?
Hi. I'm in Canada. I don't. If you're not...
I'm sorry, I gotta kick you. We're gonna move on to the next guest. Here we go. We got Caitlin loading up in the box. If you're in the queue, 1, make sure that you're at least 18 years old. 2, make sure that you're an American citizen. And 3, make sure you support Trump and you're ready and willing to come up here and have a good faith discussion with me. Hello, do you support Trump? No? Okay, goodbye. Moving on to the next guest. Here we go. Go back to putting a MAGA with your age down below in that chat if you'd like to join. We're going to move on to the next guest right now. That's right. Right now, Unseen Threads is joining up. That's so true. Hello, do you support Trump?
Yes, I support Trump, but...
fuck you. I'm just kidding. How old are you?
No. I'm 21.
Okay, what time is it?
I'm not from America. I want to say something.
I gotta kick you. Moving on. Follow the rules. Matt Boogie is loading up into the stream. Here we go, everybody. Hello, Matthew.
Hello, Dean.
Do you support Trump?
No, but you're funny as shit.
Oh man, I appreciate you for the love. Thank you, Matt. We're gonna move on to the next guest, y'all. I'm starting to lose it. Listen, guys, stop. Please stop. We're just looking for Trump supporters. Please, come on. Welcome in Apple. Wait, what the fuck is your name? Welcome in Apple user 89632923. Apple user 89632923. Do you support Trump? Apple user 89632923. We're gonna need you to, speak up. Okay, it doesn't look like Apple user 89632923 is here, so we're going to kick them and move on to the next guest. You guys, everyone, just give us a minute to get that next guest loaded into the box. We got Ryder loading up right now. Guys, please. All right. Hello, do you support Trump? Dude. Moving on to the next guest. Here we go, everybody. Guys, please stop taking advantage of the queue. Only hop in the queue if you want to come up here and have a debate. Please. Please. Hello, do you support Trump?
Oh, hello?
Hello, Logan.
Yeah.
How old are you?
Hello.
How old
I'm 18.
What year were you born in?
18.
18 is...
February 7th, 2007.
You were born in the year 18? I'm kidding. Okay, why do you support Trump, Logan?
No. 2007.
Why do you support Trump?
Many reasons. One of them is that you're looking really jacked and you look really good.
Dude. Okay, listen, guys. Follow rules. Oscar! Thank you so much for the $11.11 over on Venmo. Oscar, it's good to see you. Thank you for your kindness. Let's see what Oscar has to say. Probably the most interesting thing going on because literally nobody wants to debate. What does Oscar say? Oscar says, this is why I don't leave the house. Well, I mean, right now the debates are pretty bad, so I feel bad. But Oscar, thank you for the $11.11. Everybody, show some love to Oscar. Down below. While we're trying to find like one Trump supporter to debate. Listen, there is 8,000 people in the TikTok live right now. And you're telling me, okay, there's not one person that has a spine that wants to debate? Oh, come on, guys. What's up? Well, I'm not going to call you that. I about called you mommy. I can't be doing that. What should I call you? You're going to have to give me a name to call you here. Okay, well, they're not even here, so we're going to kick them and move on to the next guest. Here we go, everyone. Guys, be patient. Moving on to the next guest, guys. Everybody just be patient. Here we go. Hello, do you support Trump? Dude! Hell yeah! Another non-debate guest. Nice. That is great. Quite frankly, dude. Tonight is going swimmingly, everybody. Wow. Lena and Christian. Hi, guys. Oh, and now we got MAK in here, too. There's 3 people in here. Question. Out of the 3 of you guys, how many of y'all are American adults and support Trump?
Trump is daddy.
The third one? Okay. Well, the first 2, they don't even want to talk, just like the last 1,000,001 guess. So you, MAK, how old are you? Oh, he left. Oh, okay. He didn't want to debate. He didn't want to do it. Hello, do you support Trump, HS?
I'll be honest, bro. I just came here because I saw 8K viewers and was like, fuck it, let me get my profile.
All right, guys, if we don't get a guest up here in the next 5 minutes, we are just going to go ahead and end the stream around an hour early today. It's not something that I want to do, but it is something that I will do. So if we don't get a next guest up here in 5 minutes, we're going to go ahead and end. Welcome in, Vinny. Do you support Trump?
I just wanted to say you are one of my transition goals as a trans man. I love you so much, Dean.
Well, based. That is very based. That is very, very based. But we are only looking to talk to Trump supporters. No libbed out great human beings allowed right now. We're just looking for Trump supporters, but based. Hello, do you support Trump?
Smoking an anxiety joint right now. It's awesome.
Based, but do you support Trump?
You should hit your anxiety pen.
Wait, you can't say that word on TikTok Live. I was about to let you say up, but I realized you can't say that word on TikTok Live. Goodbye. Moving on to the next guest. Here we go, everybody. Give us a minute. Dude, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
I sent you money on PayPal. I just want to make sure you got it because I didn't get a shout out.
I want
to make sure I sent it to the right person.
What was the first name under?
It was Stevie.
Okay, I'll check. As soon as we get our next guest up in here, I will check. But we need to get our next Trump supporter in here. Everybody, look at me. Quite frankly, from the bottom of my heart, please follow the rules. Are you curious about what the rules are. It's got to be 18. Got to support Trump. You know what? We're going to do something new. We are going to innovate, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? All right. Only join if, let's see here, 18 plus American Maga. Yippee! There we go, everybody. This is how we're going to get it done. Okay. Only join if you are 18 plus, you are an American, and you're MAGA. For everybody watching right now, the rules are literally on top of me. These should be very easy to follow, everybody. Look at how easy it is. That's right. You got the rules on the screen right in front of you. Every single person in here can see them. Every single person in here can feel them. And every single person in here better be following them if you're going to join the stream. So we're going to go ahead and give it a second to tell every person to leave the box unless you're following these 3 rules. Everybody, okay. All right. Leave the box if you are not following these 3 rules. Moving on to the hopeful first guest. Hello, Brooklyn. Do you support Trump?
Yes.
How old are you?
24.
What year were you born in?
2001.
Okay. Do you have any type of Bluetooth device connected to your phone?
No.
All right. Maybe it works. We'll see. Maybe it works. Okay. Here's the deal, Brooklyn. Tell us why the hell you support such a terrible president.
I don't know. I just kind of feel like he took a shot for our country, and
so if he didn't get shot and Kamala Harris got shot, would you have voted for Harris?
possibly.
Well, it's not going to be possibly in retrospect. It would have been certainly or no. Which one would you have or would you have not?
Yeah, if she would have been a better candidate.
Okay, so you don't really care about what they want to do to or for this country?
Oh, of course.
Well, I mean, your last argument would indicate otherwise. Okay, it's a troll. I don't know how to make it any more apparent who we want to talk to. Look at the screen. Hello. Look at the screen. What does it say? Only join if 18 plus. What? American. Hold on. MAGA. Oh shit. That's the rules. Look at it, everybody. That is great. That is great. Yippee. Okay. Moving on to the next guest. Here we go, everybody. We're going to keep the rules on the screen until we're able to get somebody in here to debate, because at this point, it is just unreal. Hello, Garrett.
Hey.
What's up, Garrett? Do you support Trump?
Up until the late 90s, people either listened to Sorry. I had to jump out for a second there. I had something going there. Yeah, I think he's the future of politics.
Oh, okay. So why do you think this guy's a good president? I mean, he sucks. He fucking sucks for this country in every single way imaginable. His domestic policy is shit. His foreign policy is shit. His character is shit. Why are you a fan?
Because he tells it how it is.
He does not tell it how it is. He tells lies. He told over 30,000 lies during his first term, and he lied about releasing the Epstein files. He lied about ending the Russia-Ukraine war on day one. He lied about cutting prices so fast on day one your head would spin. He lied about building the wall. He lied about passing the infrastructure bill. Yeah, he lies a lot.
He does lie a lot, but also, when you think about it, think about this, okay, Dean? My brother's named Dean, by the way, and I have a slight affinity towards you because of that. But think about this. Either way, the way capitalism works with the government and the way that the whole entire thing is structured, does it really make a difference, really, if you have Trump or any other politician in there, really, when it comes down to it?
You're Canadian.
I am not Canadian.
Then why did you say you were Canadian in your third most recent video?
Wow, this guy. Well, I want to be a part of America.
Carrot? This is unbelievable. Can you read this out for me?
Do I support Trump? Only if you're an 18-year-old, 18 plus American, Maga, yippee. Why do you have to be American though?
So you're questioning my authority to set the rules of my life. You're questioning my authority. You're
I feel like
my
you just want
rules.
someone. You just want a good debate.
You're
though,
questioning
right?
my authority. Why are you?
But you
Why are
just
you
want
questioning my
someone to debate
authority?
you.
Why are you questioning my authority? Let me set my
It's
rules.
fine.
Get
It's
the
fine.
fuck
Well, I
out
guess-
of here! Oh my god. Okay. Chat. Chat. Come on, you guys. Okay, follow the rules. Good God, y'all. Good fucking God, you guys. This is insane. This is fucking insane. Hello, do you support Trump? Hello? Banned! Moving on, here we go. We got Sierra loading up in the box. We're going to keep the rules on the screen so literally everybody could read them. The rules are just overlapping my head right now because you need to read them. Hello, do you support Trump? Banned. Moving on to Emily. Gabby just donated $1 on Venmo and said that this is what it feels like to teach kindergarten. Yeah. Thank you for the $1. Emily left. I losing my shit. Oh, my lord. Losing my fucking mind. Hello? Do you support
Hello?
Trump?
Yeah,
How old are you?
24.
Okay. Thank God. Okay. All right. Why do you support the worst president of either of our lives?
Get this box!
Mr. Neutron, are you here? Oh my God. Moving on. Follow the rules, please. Hello, do you support Trump?
شنی بازی و جخیم و
Moving on to the next guest right now. We got Cruff loading up in the box. Hi, do you support Trump?
No way, Dean. I never thought you'd actually get a real Trump supporter on your show.
Do you support Trump?
Absolutely.
Why do you support Trump?
Well, it's probably, almost unarguably, the best president we've had in a very long time.
Oh, you're filling my veins right now with vitriol and anguish.
Why is that? Why do you hate him so much?
Oh, well, I don't know. He's only been held civilly liable for grape. He's a 34-count felon that wants to destroy the lives of people. because they committed
Well,
a
hold on.
misdemeanor.
Let's talk about the 34-count felon.
Right.
Where'd that
Well,
happen?
Yeah, where'd that happen? Where did the felonies happen? In New York.
No, well, you said in Manhattan, right? And what were they for? How were they felonies?
They were for falsification of business records with a second.
Right. So he decided. So he a clerical error was made. Right. It was a clerical error.
Yeah, it was a clerical error insofar as labeling checks to Stormy Daniel as business.
But that's not illegal. It's not illegal.
Well, the falsification of business records is illegal in the state of New York. It's a misdemeanor. Now it was 34 felonies.
Right. So then they drummed up and attached a felony to it. Found 12 liberal jurors.
So
and
actually, when you say
decided
drummed up and attached, do you just mean it sufficiently satisfied a classy felony in the state of New York?
Well, all right, dude. Seriously, I mean, that was created so that you could have that talking point.
What? No, that classy felony.
No, it was
not added
100% created so you could have that talking point.
Give me any evidence that classy felony was added to the law to prosecute him.
Well, so Alvin Bragg prosecuted him.
Okay, so did Alvin Bragg add this new law that retroactively enforced it on Trump?
Who actually?
I just want to clarify. Okay, we could talk about funding by Soros in a bit. So I just want to clarify. You think that Alvin Bragg created a new classy felony in New York and then retroactively enforced it on Trump?
Well, yeah, 100% actually, yeah.
So actually, you can't do that.
And well, that's what they did.
Okay, give me any evidence of that's what they did.
You know what? So that was a little while ago. So maybe like 9 months ago. So I can't pull the facts for you on that one. Like
it's because they don't exist
perfectly today. Ah, come on, dude. It's not even close.
Then prove Seriously. They exist, dude.
Well, I mean, listen. All right, how about this? We'll say it this way: how many times have they tried to prosecute him and get him for how long? And then that's the supposed crime that he's a felon for.
Don't worry. Don't worry. You just asked me how many times have they tried to prosecute Trump? Don't worry. Don't worry.
Exactly,
I will tell you. Don't worry. I will give you a full picture. So in the 70s, the Department of Justice in the state of New York prosecuted Donald Trump for being racist and specifically not renting to black people at his properties. But we're not done. We had about 100 lawsuits from the 70s until the early aughts.
When you're rich, people sue you.
I don't think I'd be able to specify any of them specifically, but a handful of them included things like defrauding people at Trump University, abusing campaign finance funds, hanging out with literal Russian mobsters and letting them stay in his in some of his properties. And then he was also prosecuted for trying to rig and steal the election in 2020. Yeah, let's not forget about Donald Trump's fake electorate plot that he admitted to. He was prosecuted for the rape of E. Jean Carroll in a civil court, prosecuted for Trump University, prosecuted for the 34 felonies, prosecuted for intentionally concealing and hiding classified documents that he took from the White House when he left his first term. He's been prosecuted for a lot of crimes that he's committed, yeah.
Yeah, you had me on mute, so it wasn't really a debate. You said a couple things twice, like Trump University. When you're rich, people sue you. So that's definitely a point. 1, 2. I mean, listen. So you just rattled off a litany of things, right?
Where do you want
to
start?
When you're rich, people sue you. Where do I want to start?
When you're rich, you honestly, try to rig
this part of it.
Elections?
Look, I would say nobody's perfect, right? Like that's what I would say. Nobody's perfect. And when you're in the eye of the media, and when you're in the eye of the public eye for as long as he has, then, and they want him out of office. Let's not forget, let's not forget that everybody loved him. Right? Do you not remember him on Saturday Night Live?
I would like to.
You're young.
I would like to clarify. There's a good in between in reference from being perfect, Jesus 2.0, and being an adjudicated rapist that tried to overthrow a presidential election.
No. You know what? So, what's her name? Eugene Carroll, or whatever her name was. Eugene Carroll. So, first of all, that was 30 years ago with her, right? And it wasn't the R word, right? He settled a civil court out of suit with her.
He didn't. Why are you lying? He didn't settle. No,
I'm not lying. I was found guilty of a civil misdemeanor that wasn't rape. It wasn't rape.
So he was held civilly liable, right? And let me ask you a question. How do you define rape?
All right. I mean, this isn't really what I came to talk about, right? So I'm sitting here defending,
all right.
What I'm trying to say.
I'll let you pivot. I don't care.
You'll let me pivot.
But I just want it to be I want it to be very well acknowledged that the reason you're moving on is because you're getting
I mean, listen, I can go down that road. I just think your listeners would be better served if we pivot to something like foreign policy or the economy. Or
watch this. Make another point, then I'll just have you pivot back. It'll be cool. Take it away.
No, let's talk about foreign policy. So, 30 hours of flights, B-2 bombers, stealth bombers, dropped 6 bombs, destroyed Iran's nuclear facilities. Are you in favor of that?
So you use the word destroyed there. That's not true. Not even U.S. intelligence.
Severely hindered their ability.
I appreciate you for changing the phrase in which you use.
Well, I mean, listen. So that's part of the thing with Trump, though, too. Go ahead.
So, did you support that because you don't think like Iran should have nukes?
I 100% don't think Iran should have nukes. And you're going to say, they still could possibly.
If a president greenlit Iran into constructing nukes, would you ever support that president?
He didn't greenlit Iran into nukes.
I know. Trump would
Obama gave him
Trump, my daddy,
billions of dollars.
Listen, Trump, my father, my daddy Trump would never do that in a billion years. Now answer the question. If Biden, the communist, greenlit Iran into, constructing nukes, do you think that would be an impeachable offense?
Well, Obama greenlit it when he gave them billions of dollars, which Trump shut off.
Absolutely, sir. Do you think that that's an impeachable offense?
I mean, why would you have to say it's an impeachable offense? So,
so if a president did that, would you ever support them?
I mean, it depends, right? There's like the lesser of two evils, right?
Okay, if Trump greenlit Iran into constructing nukes, would you still support Trump?
Well, I mean, listen, Iran's not even there yet. Their uranium's at 60%.
I just want to know
for weapons grade.
If he did, would you still support him?
Right, like I said, it's the lesser of two evils. So
is it a yes or a no?
Sure, I would.
Okay, so it's funny because you're trying to give me an argument that you support Trump because he bombed their facilities, but you would still support him if he literally gave them the green light to build nukes, which is funny. But no, he literally did give them the green light to build nukes.
I don't think he did, though.
Okay, well, here's why he did. He pulled us out of the JCPOA with Iran in 2018, revoking any incentive structure, quote-unquote international law, or treaties otherwise, preventing them from the construction of nuclear weapons.
Well, before that, right? So before that, right, that deal was worked up and signed by the Obama administration and gave Iran billions of dollars, which they've used to fund Hamas and the Houthis and their other terrorist groups across the globe in that area, right? And yes, he got us out of the JCPOA, and now Iran's crippled, and they can stop killing innocent people in Israel. Like literally the whole country's safer because of this. The world's safer. So, maybe you should thank him for that.
Oh, right. How about the starving children in Gaza? What are your thoughts on them?
So there's literally been war there for thousands of years. Okay. Thousands of years.
So because kids have starved before they starved, it's okay when they starve?
There's literally been a war there for thousands of years.
So because generations of children before them have also starved.
Yeah, look,
you don't care when
nobody
they starve?
likes children starving. I don't want children to starve. Okay. Nobody wants that.
Did you know that Netanyahu...
Find a better solution.
Did you know that Netanyahu is saying that they're not even starving?
Well, that's not great messaging from Netanyahu. But listen, they've been fighting for thousands of years.
Guess why they're starving? It's because
you're going to
blocking the aid trucks from going into Gaza.
Not necessarily, dude.
Then what's causing them to starve? What's causing them to be in a stage 5 famine right now?
Well, where they're at right now is because the terrorists that have controlled Gaza, that were funded by the Obama administration, were hiding in tunnels in the same square mileage in Gaza.
So children are starving in Gaza today because terrorists are hiding in tunnels? Can you connect the dots?
Yeah, it's not quite that simple, but
okay. So then why are they
in the same vicinity? So when food is delivered, it never gets to the children
because Hamas takes
the terrorists. Correct.
Okay, evidence.
Well, I mean, of course there's evidence.
Okay, let me have it.
I mean, Of course there's evidence. I mean, it's common sense. Like, how else do you think that's happening?
Okay, I don't think that you could just common sense your way to like an abstract geopolitical truth that's true like halfway across the world with a very specific group of individuals in one particular region. You can't common sense yourself to the conclusion that terrorists hiding underground are stealing food.
If there was a safe way to get those...
So no, I don't think so. Evidence. He's literally saying you could common sense your way into the conclusion that terrorists hiding underground are stealing kids, causing children to starve. Dude, wow. You must have like the biggest brain ever. Dude. At that point, like, what isn't common sense? You could just like common sense your way into fucking anything. Right? So what's... All
right, listen, I'll give you that, then I'm not giving you a concrete argument there as to why that's happening.
So
but
why did you say
look at it from a 30,000 foot view?
Then why did you say
I would well, no, because I truly like to look at that from a 30,000 foot view. That is a very messy situation. It has been for 1,000 years.
Can you answer my question?
And Trump's made it better.
Answer my question real quick.
Trump's made it better.
You're not answering my question. Why did you say
I gave you the answer I have.
Why did you say that Hamas was stealing the food from the starving children when you have no evidence that Hamas is stealing the food from the starving children?
So then you tell me why you think the kids aren't getting fed then.
Okay, I already did. It's because Israel's blocking the trade routes of food and aid going into the country and denying their starvation. Right? But once again, I want to know why you said that Hamas is stealing the food from the children.
I'm sure it could be a little bit of both, man. I'm sure it could be a little bit of both.
Please answer my question. Why did you say that if you had no evidence of it?
Well, I don't have time right now to look it up and find it, but I'm sure I could find some evidence of it.
Okay. So you said it because you think that you could probably find evidence for it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can find evidence of it. Yes.
Okay. So basically you said it without any evidence in the moment. You just think that that's probably what's happening. Why do you think you could probably find evidence for it?
I mean, it doesn't make sense any other way of how it's happening, right?
Okay, so like the idea of like Israel blocking trade routes into the country doesn't make sense. Why doesn't it make sense? It's been proven by the UN. It's been proven by Egypt. It's been proven like time and time again over the course of the last couple of years. Why would that?
I mean, cite me a source of that. Have you found evidence of that? Where's your cited source of that? I mean, I don't have another computer in front of me, or I try to find my source. I mean, so again, we're sitting here about the. You know, honestly, like the horrible, like tragedies of war that has been going on for 1,000 years. From the perspective of the United States, the Middle East is a safer place. The citizens of Israel are in a better place. The world's safer, is it not?
Oh, one second. I'm still looking for your source about Israeli blockades on.
Just hit an AI. Put in there in an AI. Go ahead. I'm sure that'll come up with something.
Not a big fan. Yeah, there we go. Well, I mean, you could find a source from Politico, The Guardian, CBS, surprisingly CBS, that all report that there's been an Israel military blockade on all trade routes into Gaza for the last 2.5 months.
Well, who's your source? What's the news organization?
Like I told you, Politico, The Guardian, and CBS.
Oh, you said Politico, The Guardian, and CBS.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Okay. I mean, maybe could we trust CBS possibly? Out of those three sources, is that possible?
I'm saying that like all three sources are reporting the same thing, and I mean like that is like just a like provisional.
Dude, I'm not denying that it's
that is just like a provisional attempt to give you evidence. You know, like I'm sure that like Israel like admits that they have a military blockade on the region. I'm sure that you could also find this on like some UN page. I'm sure that you could also just find this from independent journalists on the ground. I'm sure that you could find this.
Right, they have a military blockade, but they don't have an aid blockade.
Right, the military blockade is blocking the aid. Why do you think they're starving?
I'm sure they're trying to let aid in safely, and
if they're trying to let aid in safely, then why are they stopping safe aid into Gaza like the multiple freedom flotillas? They're safe. They didn't let them in. Why?
I'm not sure that wasn't. Those weren't aid flotillas. Those were political flotillas. No, Stop it.
Wait.
No.
So did they have aid that they were attempting to bring into Gaza?
Frankly, to look at it from a 30,000-foot view, the Middle East is a safer place. The war's been going on for 1,000 years. And
so you're not going to respond to anything I just said? And when you say safer for whom? Because definitely not safer for the Palestinians. This morning I saw a picture of a dead 10-year-old girl with a bullet lodged in the back of her head, shot at her at the hand of an IDF soldier.
That's horrible.
That is horrible.
That's horrible.
Right. That's why I'm saying it's obviously not safe.
Wow. The world's safer.
Oh, so wait. Like, we're safer because they're killing 10-year-old girls? How so?
No, the world's safer we're safer. Israel's safer. The rest of the Middle East is safer.
Oh, Israel's safer because they're killing 10-year-old girls?
No. Nobody's talking about killing 10-year-old girls. We're talking about Iran not having a nuclear weapon.
Then why did they just ask us for like another $85 billion worth of funding for their Golden Dome?
So we should just let missiles blow up Israel?
Well, I'm just simply saying, if they're safer now, why are they asking for more money from us to help them defend their country?
Well, I think we should.
But I'm not asking you if we should give them more money to defend their country. I'm asking if they're safer, as you're suggesting. Why are they asking for more money to defend their country? See, it seems like even like Israeli citizens aren't safer, right? That's why we see a lot of Israeli citizens now protesting Netanyahu, now protesting the IDF, now protesting their government. Because they're not safer. They're not fucking safer at all. They're absolutely not safer. And a lot of that has to do with what Israel has been doing with their ethnic cleansing, their systemic starvation, their war crimes, not just in Palestine, but in the greater region, such as their hits on Iranian apartment buildings, their hits on Iranian prisons, et cetera, right? That has now jeopardized the safety of so many innocent Israeli citizens.
Yeah, it's a terrible situation.
So you agree that people in Palestine aren't safer. You agree that people in Israel aren't safer. So why did you say the whole world was safer?
Like I said, it's a war. It's a war that's been going on for 1,000 years.
Bro, you're just spamming the same statements. Like you're not engaging in a dialogue. You're not having a nuanced conversation.
Well, I mean, clearly you're winning the debate because there's a trust. And
it's I'm winning.
It's an easy win for you, and it's much more nuanced and larger than that. It is
an easy win for me.
I hear you there.
The reason it's an easy win for me isn't because I'm a scholar or very well researched on Israel and Palestine. It's because I'm kind of just using common sense. Like I know that people on the right like to talk about common sense a lot. You know, I think anybody with a brain can like recognize that the intentional starvation of like thousands of like literal newborn babies is like fucking insane. You know what I mean? Like dude, it's like so
5 days.
It's like so
5 days
easy.
ago.
It's so easy.
5 days ago, the IDF airdropped aid into Gaza.
After international pressure from almost every country on earth, apart from America.
All right. Well, I mean, they're obviously it's a tragic situation. There's no doubt about it. It's war. War is never pretty. All of the wars aren't pretty. Innocent people die. It's terrible.
I'm so sorry. Actually, can you give me like another example of a quote unquote war where like thousands of babies have been intentionally starved to death? Like, I'm actually dead ass. I'm so serious. Give me an example.
Yeah, it's as horrible as it gets, dude.
Can you give me an example of another war where, for whatever reason, it was necessary to like starve thousands of babies?
There's another war on the continent above it where if troops walk out of their foxhole, a drone's going to blow them up.
okay, now you're talking about like drones killing troops. I asked you about another war where we have thousands of babies being intentionally starved to death.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally the worst. That
name
conflict.
another conflict, another war where that's happened. I'm being serious. Right, somebody in my YouTube chat just said Hitler in Poland. Good job, you're right.
Yeah, it's good. You know what?
Oh, did you just say that's a good what? That's a good what? A good comparison?
It's a good comparison. Yeah, war's terrible. This is what we're saying.
So
this is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
this is the aftermath of it.
You just said that what Israel is doing to Palestine is comparable to what Hitler did to
what the
Poland.
Germans did to Israel and Poland, right?
You are
it's
there.
more nuanced than
you
that.
You
It's
are
more
like
nuanced.
you were like
it's more
there.
nuanced than that.
Like
it's more nuanced than that.
You were like literally there. Like you were there. Conclusion.
Where am I there? I'm not there anywhere.
You were like you're okay. So you're against Israel, right?
No.
Okay. So if you were alive in the 1930s, you wouldn't have been against Hitler?
I mean, listen, you're trying to make a comparison.
You said it was a good comparison. You said it was a good comparison. I was reading off a YouTube comment, and you said that's a good comparison.
Man, it's nuanced. You know it's nuanced.
Oh, okay.
You're smarter than that.
You're the one that accepted.
You know it's nuanced.
So regardless of all the nuance that you think you possess, you're actually the one that called it a good comparison. You're the one that said it was a good comparison. So now that you said that was a good comparison, well, if you still support Israel, does this mean that you would have supported Hitler in the 1930s because you called that a good comparison? Not me.
No, nobody would support Hitler in the 1930s.
Okay,
so
and if what he did to Poland was a good comparison to what Israel's doing to Palestine, what does that mean about what everybody's support for Palestine should be? Sorry, for Israel. What does that mean about everybody's support for Israel?
There's different perspectives.
Well, yeah, of course there's different perspectives, but your perspective is that a good comparison to what they're doing to Palestine is what Hitler did to
gone on for 1,000 years.
Did to Poland.
It's just fallout from a war that's gone on for 1,000 years.
Okay, now you're back to spamming.
It's not pretty. It sucks. Nobody wants it to happen.
You're back to spamming the note cards. You're back to spamming the note cards. You fucked yourself over when you said it was a good comparison to draw, similarities between Israel and what they're doing to Palestine.
Well, as far as innocent
Hitler
people dying, I mean, as far as innocent people dying, sure.
Right, and you didn't support Hitler for why?
I wasn't alive.
That's not why you don't support what he did. Hopefully, like if you were alive, you still wouldn't have supported what he did. Would you say the reason?
100%.
Would you say the reason why you don't support what Hitler did is because of all the innocent people he killed?
I mean, he did worse than that. Absolutely. Like, he tortured people. He killed innocent people. He, pretty much committed genocide across all of Europe.
So you'd say that he committed a genocide?
So we don't
one
support
second.
that. No,
Would you say that he committed a genocide
that.
in Poland?
100%, yeah.
Remember when you told us that what he did to Poland is a good comparison to what Israel's doing in Palestine? Does this mean that you also think that Israel's committing a genocide in Palestine?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I
the
don't.
Contradiction.
Because I don't think...
I just want to clarify, like you said a genocide was a good comparison to what Israel's doing in Palestine. Like that is what you
Well,
said.
no, I mean, listen, you twisted it,
No,
right?
no,
You're
no,
saying,
no,
where
no, no.
have innocent people died,
It's just a
died
simple,
after
it's
a war
just a
or
simple,
through a war?
It's just a simple logical entailment. You said what Israel's doing to Palestine is a good comparison to what Hitler did to Poland. You said what Hitler did to Poland was a genocide. So in other words, you said what Israel is doing to Palestine is a good comparison to genocide.
Well, Israel's trying to get aid into Palestine. There's trucks waiting to get in that can't get in. They're airdropping food in. They're trying to stop.
Why can't they get in?
Children from starving.
Why can't these Israeli trucks with food on them get in?
I don't think they're trying to intentionally do what you think. Do you think they're intentionally trying to do?
What's stopping these trucks from going in?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'm not as God. Is God just saying no?
I mean, maybe Hamas, maybe they're trying to stop the trucks from getting in.
Wait,
maybe it's not safe for them to go in.
Why would Hamas stop aid to the Palestinian people when the reason Hamas is so fucking radical is out of their support of the Palestinian people? Now, listen, a lot of people will say they like Hamas. I don't like Hamas. I'll be the first to say that. They raped women on October 7th. That has been concluded on multiple UN accounts of said day. I don't like Hamas, right? But to say that like Hamas isn't radicalized
I'm sure
because
they're not
of their
helping unload
support of the
trucks.
Palestinian people is ahistorical, right? So why would they prevent aid from going to the Palestinian people?
I'm sure they're not trying to unload trucks and feed children, because we wouldn't be this far through if they were. They're probably eating the food themselves or selling it.
Okay,
or
evidence.
Who knows? Yeah, I hear you, man. I can't sit here and bring up articles and cite sources to figure out this nuanced situation. It's a terrible situation. Like, I volunteer that. Like, I mean, I volunteer. I mean, you look at it, it's awful.
So
War's
your
awful.
evidence is that you just think it's true?
Right. Well, I'm not saying I think it's true. I mean, I'm looking at a number of articles in front of me right now, and you know, they're basically saying that Israel's trying to provide aid, and it's not going
and
well.
it's being stopped by Hamas.
So now
What's the article?
they started airdropping.
What's the article saying that they try to provide aid and it's being stopped by Hamas?
Again, I'm not like gonna sitting here clicking and going through them, but I'm looking at some.
Okay, man.
All right, what else? Let's pivot to something else. Go ahead. Let's move on to something else.
All right. Appreciate you for coming up, man. I'm going to move on to the next guys. I just want you to know, I know very little about Palestine and Israel. And I was able just to like sweep the fucking ground with him because it's common sense. Like, it's that easy. It is common sense. All you need in order to yield the conclusions that I just did is 30 seconds of research and empathy. Right? And there's a lot that is nuanced, okay? Right? There's a lot that's nuanced, but everything that's nuanced has nothing to do with the conclusions that you should yield about the wrongness of the actions of the state of Israel to the Palestinian people. The conclusions there, obvious, right? Completely obvious. We're going to move on to the next guest. Here we go, everybody. Let's go to get that next guest loaded in right now, everybody. We're going to go to get that next guest loaded in. What's going on? How old are you? Hello? Okay, well, this person is connecting. Lana, thank you so much for the $20 over on PayPal. I appreciate you so much for that love. Thank you so much. Lana with the $20 says, Israeli here. My family lives in Israel. Been waiting for this moment to say, of course we disagree with BB. Many of us believe Palestinians deserve significantly better. I'm truly sick to my stomach over it every day. Exactly. Even Israeli citizens, right, are completely turning on him because of how much of an atrocity what his actions towards Palestine have been. Let's go to move on to the next guest. Elena, thank you for the $20 over on PayPal. Elena, that is incredibly kind of you. Thank you, Elena. Elena says, for truth. Elena, thank you. Everybody, please show some love to Elena down below in that comment section. Thank you so much. As well as Honor, thank you for the $7 over on PayPal. Honor says, your patience to educate willfully ignorant people is inspiring. Thank you for your hard work in trying to fix violent misinformation and for using your platform to fight for humanity. Free Palestine. Well, I appreciate you so much for the $7. That is incredibly kind of you. Justin, thank you for the $25 over on PayPal. Everybody show some love to Justin. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you so much for the love. Talking about how absolutely brutal the Second World War was and what Hitler had done. And I honestly thought it was a little bit more than 64 million people. I thought it was closer to 100. Justin, thank you for the $25. Thank you so much. as well as Paige. Thank you so much for the $50 over on PayPal. If we could all please show some love to Paige down below in that comment section right now. Thank you, Paige. Thank you. Paige says, longtime supporter. Thank you for what you do. Well, thank you so much for the $50. Seriously, that is so incredibly kind of you, Paige. If everybody watching could please show some love to Paige. Let's get at least 500 W's down below in the chat. It would mean the world to me. And then also Silent, thank you for the $20 over on YouTube Super Chat. And Delos, thank you for the 31 Australian dollars over on YouTube Super Chat. You guys are awesome. Then Silent with another $20 saying propagandize as fuck. Yeah, that guy fell for the propaganda. And then Blair 1 minute ago with the $10 over on Venmo. Thank you, Blair. Crystal 4 minutes ago with the $10 over on Venmo. Saying Jesus was a Palestinian. He was born there. This is true. Mackenzie, thank you for the $5. Grace with a 1. Gabby with the 1. And Lucilia with the 2. Thank you, everybody, so much for all the love over on Venmo and PayPal. You guys are phenomenal. Welcome in, Alex. Do you support Trump? Thank you for the Galaxy. I appreciate that, Frisky. Okay, Alex is not here, so we're going to move on to the next guest. Everyone, just, be patient. Let us get that next guest, Diane, loaded into the box right now. Here we go, everybody. Here we go, y'all. Welcome in, Diane. Do you support Trump? Okay, Diane's not here, so we're going to move on to the next guest, Timeless. Hey, Timeless, do you support Trump? Okay, Timeless isn't here, so we're going to get Timeless out of here. If you're watching and you would like to support me, feel free to support me on Venmo or PayPal, which you can find the link to in my bio. I get 100% of the proceeds over on those platforms. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
I do.
Age?
Hello?
How old are you?
18.
Okay, all right. Why do you support Trump?
He's just a good-looking president, am I wrong?
He's good looking?
Yeah.
Dude, have you seen him before?
Yeah, I mean, like, have you not seen him, like, speak and stuff?
I've seen him and I've listened to him speak. He sucks at it.
Bro, that's what all Democrats say.
I just want to clarify super duper quickly. Is it okay if we clarify something real quick?
Let me see.
Give me a second. You think that this guy, this motherfucker right here, you think this guy's good looking? You think that guy's good looking? That's a real picture, bro. You think he's good looking?
Okay, dude.
That's a real picture, Jackson. You think he's good looking?
Bro.
Look at him. Look at him, Jackson. Oh, Jackson's running because I caught. Oh, we're going to move on to the next guest. Everyone just give us a minute. While we get soon, I'll let it up in the box. Guys, please, if you're in the queue, make sure that it means that you support Trump, y'all. Yeah, that picture was taken yesterday, folks. So true. Welcome in. Do you support Trump? Dude, okay, that was actually like pretty grotesque. I'm not going to lie. Like, that was pretty bad. That, like, it wasn't gore, but it's like the closest thing to gore that is not gore. Like, that was pretty bad. I won't lie. Somebody in the chat said, that's a good angle. What's going on? Do you support Trump? No, they just left. Okay. All right. Moving on to the next guest. Here we go. Somebody in the chat said, ha. He canceled my request. I didn't cancel your request, but I want to see why you're so upset, bro. Why are you so upset?
Hello?
Why are you so upset?
Kamala sucks.
Oh, good one, bro. Why?
She isn't qualified.
Oh, all right. Why?
She is letting illegals into the country.
Oh, how is she doing that?
But opening the border.
Oh, how did she open the border?
She opened the gates.
Oh, when? How? Moving on to the next guest. Here we go, everybody. Give us a minute. We're trying to get that next guest loaded into the box. Y'all go to put a Maga with your age down below in the comment section. That person was like complaining about like me not letting them up. So I did, and that was the debate. Hello, Pubert. What a name. Pubert. Ooh. Ow. Do you support Trump? Okay, goodbye, Pubert. We're gonna move on to the next guest. Everyone give us a minute to get Jace loaded into the box, guys. All right, everybody. Here, hello, welcome in, Jace. Do you support Trump? Okay, Jace, hi. You're loaded in. We could hear you. Hi, Jace. Do you support Trump?
No.
No. Okay, we need the rules. Oh, that's not what I wanted to show. There we go, everybody. Look at the rules. They're in the center of your phone screen. Very easy to follow, quite frankly. Very easy indeed, you guys. Very easy indeed. All right, y'all.
What?
Hi-
Hello?
That you are violating the first rule you see on your phone screen, so I got to kick you out. Moving on to the next guest. Here we go, everybody. Make sure if you're in the queue, you're following the rules that are in front of your fucking face, dude. Make sure you're following the rules that are in front of your fucking face. All right, moving on. Here we go. So how many people? Yeah, we have around 8,000. Oh, yo, Grant. Everybody, Grant. Everybody thank Grant for Grant's 1 cent contribution over on Venmo. Grant says, get a life. One moment, man. Grant says, get a life, Maga. So, Grant, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take your donation. I'm going to multiply it by 2,000, and I'm going to donate it to Planned Parenthood. I appreciate you so much for participating in the Dean will match your donation by a factor of 2,000 to Planned Parenthood Foundation fundraiser. I really appreciate you for participating and donating, Grant. I think that you were phenomenal. If we could all show some love to Grant down below in that chat. What is going on, Randy? Do you support Trump?
Yes.
Okay, how old are you?
19.
What year were you born in?
2009.
Good try, Randall. Have a good one, Randall. The rules are on your phone screen, folks. They're right there in front of your eyes. They're right there in front of your eyes, y'all. If you want a chance to support me today before the stream ends, support independent journalism, support what we do here with the debates and whatnot, you can support me on Venmo and PayPal, which is located in the link tree in my bio. Get 100% of all the proceeds over there, as well as you could attach your name and get a shout out like Mr. Grant did. Yeah, that's super cool. And if you're hopping in the queue, just make sure you're looking and following the rules in the middle of your phone screen. Welcome in. Do you support Trump, Amy?
No, I do not.
Based. Libby, thank you for the $5 over on Venmo to Planned Parenthood. Well, Libby, that was a fundraiser specifically for Grant. But I will, seriously, still donate your $5 to Planned Parenthood. But now the fundraiser is officially over. All right. Let's go to move on to the next guest. Here we go, everyone. Just give us a minute, y'all. Put a Maga with your age down below in the chat. We're trying to find anybody to come up here and have the last debate of the night with us. Everyone just, be patient and whatnot. Yo, Paige, thank you for the $20 over on PayPal. Paige says donating out of pure pettiness towards Grant. Yeah, that's right. F you, Grant, if you're still watching, buddy. F you, kid. Thank you for the $20. Paige says some love to Paige. What's going on, Han?
What's up?
What's up, man? Do you support Trump? Dude, speak. Please? Are you here? Brother. Dude, what is going on, man?
Hello?
Nope, child. Child. Moving on. Here we go. This will be my last attempt. One of my last attempts. We're not going to try too much longer to get some debates going. I'm pretty over the trolls. I'm not going to lie. Hello, Trump. Do you support Trump? Guess not. Kai, thank you for the $5 over in Venmo. Kai says, just got back from the gym. Didn't know what it's been like since I've been gone, but I'm glad I made it back before you got off live for the night. Keep up the great work, Dean. Kai, thank you. You did make it back before we hop off for the night, Skylar. Thank you for the galaxy. But you made it back at a time period where we are just not finding Trump supporters. And Shiana with the $3 on PayPal says 3,000 Grant L's. Dude, so real. 3,000 Grant L's. Oh, holy crap, real quick. Christopher with the $5 on PayPal. Christopher says, did you hear the Smithsonian remove Trump from the impeachment exhibit in the American History Museum? Snowflake be snowflaking. Why? Okay, why would they remove him? He was impeached by the House. right? And I'm guessing that the other people they have in the exhibit have, also only been like at least one or two of them have also only been impeached by, one part of Congress. Damn, bro, bow on the knee. I guess, well, the Smithsonian is controlled by the federal government, so it's not truly bow on the knee. It's just an exertion of Trump's will. So we're going to move on to the next guest. Everyone give us a minute to get that next guest loading up in the box, y'all. Welcome. And do you support Trump?
I do not. I just wanted to say that you were very well spoken for your age, and
thank you for the love. I do apologize for cutting you off, but we are just looking for Trump supporters. But just know that I really appreciate you, and you got kicked for being way too based. Thank you. Thank you. All right. And oh my God, yo, dude, Deborah, thank you for the $75 donation over at Venmo. Deborah, that is insane. Thank you, Deborah. Dude, Deborah says, I listen to you every day and love what you do. Not only do I appreciate the intellect and evidence you bring to the debates, but also your ability to keep your cool. You rock. Love you, Dean, from Debbie. Debbie, I love you too. You are fucking awesome.
Hello?
Oh. Can you turn that off? Thank you. Debbie, thank you for the love.
I don't know what that was.
No worries. Debbie, thank you so much, guys. Show some love to Debbie. Debbie down below. Thank you for the $75. That is seriously so much money. Okay. Hey, what's going on? Do you support Trump?
Yes, but it's slowly declining.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Well, first and foremost, how old are you?
18.
Okay, and why is there any bones in your body left that still supports the guy? He's pretty bad.
Well, I mean, he's striking pretty decent deals right now, but what else?
He's also like investment into American manufacturing.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like the employment industry is definitely up right now, and inflation is coming down.
Investment into American manufacturing specifically has gone down for the first time in years. So
really, I didn't know that one, but I don't doubt it. But also, certain things are going up. Like I remember eggs were super high, now they're coming down. But
well, listen, the eggs didn't come down because of what? The eggs.
No, the inflation. I'm serious. Inflation came down at least a little bit.
The eggs. The price of eggs didn't come down because of Trump. No, they came down because bird flu, caused it to be necessary to kill like a shit ton of chickens. Then that shot the price of eggs up. But obviously, with the chickens repopulated, the price of eggs very sharply went down.
Yeah, but he does good things, but also does a lot of bad. Like, I'm very Christian, and he said he doesn't. I think he said he doesn't like. Hold on, let me recall it real quick in my head.
He's very anti-Christian.
He like says things, then he goes against it and goes with it. Like he says he doesn't think he needs to ask God for forgiveness because he thinks he does a lot of good.
Right, I saw that too. That's very anti-Christian.
Very unbiblical. Like from a standpoint of like being American, 100%. Like he does good, but he also does bad. But biblically, he's not the best leader for our country.
Okay, so
I mean,
what
if I'm being honest,
what is the good that he does that makes you support him?
I just like that he's a businessman. He's good with his money. That's about it.
So I mean, do you think he's good with the country's money? Do you think he passes good economic policy?
I mean, he's trying. I guess he's trying to go for peace. I'm just trying to work right now and trying to get more money. I think he's doing good for my bills on the most part. But other than that, I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you're not sure of like the economic policy that he's passed that you're a fan of, how do you know that he's passing good economic policy?
I just know that he passed that one. Didn't they just pass that humongous, big, beautiful bill that like stops tax on overtime?
Well, it reduces tax on overtime for some people.
See, that's gonna help me.
Well, when we would consider the total net impact of the bill, what we see is that it reduces the after-tax income for the average American making at or beneath $51,000 per year because of all of its cuts. Like, sure, it has some pros, right? It has some pros. However, the cons significantly outweigh the pros, right? The fact that the average American household is going to pay an additional $500 for energy per year, right, is going to cost money, right? The fact that they're kicking 3 million families off of food stamps is going to end with the consequence of low-income families spending more of their money on food when they didn't have to prior, or just starving. They're also revoking healthcare for 10 million Americans, revoking free school student lunches, so now parents have to spend more to feed their kids just to get a high-quality education for 18 million school students. Do we see here how maybe the bill isn't too good at the end of the day?
I mean, a little bit, but at the same standpoint of Trump, you have to think of it past like what the surface level is, in my opinion. Like, there's multiple different levels to many things, right? Like how Trump is a businessman. He was a businessman before he became a politician. So, I mean, I think what he could be doing is some form of trickle down economics to kind of, make spending a little bit higher right now, and then later on we can have more cuts in the future. I'm like that was one of the things he kind of proposed early on into his running for the second term.
What? Did you just say he proposed spending more now for cuts in the future?
Hold on.
Dude, what? Dude, this is Cope. Play me a clip. Play me a clip of him proposing that. Show me this proposal. Show me. I need to see this proposal.
I definitely misspoke. But basically, I'm pretty sure he wanted to cut. What was it? Cut taxes for higher like CEOs and other companies, so that when he does that, the price of things that these like companies own, like Apple, for example, if he cuts taxes for Apple and makes things more affordable, Apple will in turn lower the cost of their products. So that's called trickle down economics.
Well, yeah, trickle down economics fails because you forget that taxes are not paid on what you reinvest back into the business. So with higher taxes comes more incentive to reinvest more into your business. What happens when you invest more into your business? Productivity increases and prices go down. So no, the opposite effect is true, funny enough. And that's why since the 80s, when we saw an introduction of trickle-down economics, we've seen a stagnation in worker wages with increases in worker productivity because the business owners were more incentivized to extract more money out of the business instead of reinvesting it.
Yeah. I'm not really, if I'm being fully honest, I'm seeing the trend between both parties. Honestly, I'm kind of mostly independent now because both parties are basically as evil. I mean, in my eyes, a theocracy would be best, but that's because I'm super duper Christian.
No, you wouldn't support a theocracy. You want it.
Well, listen,
no Christian should. No, can I tell you why no Christian should support a theocracy?
Why shouldn't a Christian support it? Well, hold up. Israel's kind of a theocracy, and Israel's kind of not the best.
Okay. I like the second half of that statement.
In the way of Israel has this is not some conspiracy.
So you don't like Israel? That's good. But can I tell you why you shouldn't like a Christian theocracy?
Yes, but hold on. Let me finish the second part of my statement so I do not get confused.
Yeah.
So I love everybody. I love you. I love my neighbor. I love everybody around me. All right, but I don't like the ideologies that people have. Some people in Israel, they follow the Talmud, which is basically refers to people that aren't Talmudic Jews or other people. They refer to them as goyim, and they basically say how they are God's holy chosen people ever since God started his first covenant with Abraham, and how they are basically above everybody else. And the Talmud isn't even biblical.
Okay, what is the Talmud? Do you know?
It's like Jewish. It's like what the Book of Mormon is. It's basically kind of like how it's a spin-off of the Bible. It's like a spin-off of the Torah.
No,
basically.
So the Book of Mormon is going to be what Prophet Joseph Smith had to say about a third testament, right? It wasn't a spin-off of the Bible; it was an addition to the Bible. Now, the Talmud, on the other hand, right, is just a record of the rabbinic debates and interpretations of the Torah. So it basically just serves as a guide for Jewish law and practice and how to interpret the text of the Torah. Very similar to the magisterium of the Catholic or Orthodox faith.
See, that's where one of my problems is, because with the Talmud, if it's all these rabbis speaking their minds and they wrote it down, if they follow the Talmud, right, human minds biblically have been corrupted and twisted by demons.
Wait, actually, real quick, can you tell me the relevant difference between the Talmud and the magisterium of the Catholic Church?
I'm not Catholic.
Okay, well, yeah. What's the difference? What's the difference between the Talmud and the Magisterium of the Catholic Church?
I haven't looked in the Magisterium. I don't read the Magisterium.
The Magisterium is basically right, like the authority of the church leaders.
I mean, if I'm gonna really side with any, I'm completely non-denominational. I don't follow any of like the.
You do. Non-denominational typically means Baptist, but
I mean,
anyways.
yeah, kind of, but like, there's no denomination in heaven. You follow what the Lord Christ says and what God says from the beginning. That's what I follow. I don't. If I'm gonna follow really and kind of like go by the guideline of any other church father, it's gonna be like the Orthodox priests from much further back. My problem that lies with the Talmud is that it's rabbis.
Wait, Orthodox priests from much further back? Like how far back?
Like okay, so or like Saint John Chrysostom.
What year was Saint John Chrysostom alive?
I'm not sure.
Okay, well, I mean, Orthodox priests didn't exist until the 11th century because the Orthodoxy didn't exist until the 11th century.
I'm pretty sure Orthodoxy was around at least around the same time Catholicism was. Greek Orthodox.
No.
I forget which one it was.
No.
There's Eastern Orthodox and Greek.
So the Orthodoxy was a schism away from the Catholic Church in 1054 when the Catholic Church had officially endorsed changing the Nicene Creed and saying that the Holy Spirit flows through both the Father and the Son. They saw that as heretical, so they split from the Catholic Church and claimed to be the one true continuation of the Holy See or sainthood of Saint Peter. So no, the Orthodoxy isn't as old or outlives the Catholic Church. In fact, it schismed and splitted from the Catholic Church in 1054.
That makes sense. But like, if I'm gonna go back to if I'm going to, like I said, I like what the church fathers of the Orthodoxy have said because it does align a lot with my faith and what I read in the Bible, like from James or First and Second Peter, things like that. It aligns with those things more than like I would say a Catholic priest or something from. Hold up, I'm just gonna end it there.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't want to get into why that's complicated and wrong. But anyways, I think that we should probably go back to some of your comments about Trump. I don't know how we got so distracted. I like talking about the denominations, history, etc. of the Christian faith and whatnot. So you said that you wanted a theocracy. I think that there's a lot of issues with theocracy. The main one is you just have no coherent way to legislate it. Like for instance, you said that you're non-denominational. You have no clear way to distinguish the moral wrongness of sins, right? Outside of them just being morally wrong, period. You can't say that one sin is more wrong than another sin, else you appeal to Mosaic law or make an inference of the 7 big sins in Paul's writings. Now, the reason this presents an issue with running a theocracy is because if you put the Bible in charge of the criminal justice system, how can you possibly say that either all sins should be legal or all sins should be illegal?
I see where you're coming from. I have a question for you, Dean, though.
Well, can you answer that one? Because that's like the big issue with theocracy. Logically speaking, like if you use the Bible to run a criminal justice system, how can you either say that all sins should be legal, meaning it's like legal to go out and murder people, or say that all sins should be illegal, meaning it would be illegal to tell your children that Santa Claus exists?
Oh, well, freaking, you shouldn't lie to your kids regardless.
Okay. You could say something that they shouldn't do, but should it be illegal?
Well, here's the thing. You can't make every sin like illegal. Like if we're talking so hold on.
Exactly. And that's the issue.
Wait, hold on.
Exactly. You can't make every sin illegal, and that's the issue. He accidentally left. He got a phone call. I don't know. That's like the easiest refutation of like a non-Catholic / Orthodox theocracy is just that like people that hold to sola scriptura and just read the text of the scripture have no clear way to distinguish how wrong different sins are. So it's like you either criminalize lying in all circumstances ever, or you legalize murder in all circumstances ever, which is interesting. I don't know. It seems like a pretty clear issue with a theocracy, but a lot of people really haven't thought through it. And that's just like a logical issue. That's not an historical issue. The historical issues with theocracy are even more glaring. Let's see here. Deborah, thank you. Oh, actually not Deborah. Yo, Wayne, my man. Welcome in, Wayne. I appreciate you for the $100 donation over on Venmo. Wayne, you are the man. I really appreciate you for being here. I love you. We all love you. Thank you so much for your support over the last handful of months. Show some love to fucking Batman, Mr. Wayne, down below in that comment section. Thank you so much, man. Show some love to Wayne down below, y'all. Thank you for the $100 donation. Seriously, man, I really appreciate you. As well as Carly with a 5, Nick with a 5, and Pellin with a 5 all over on PayPal. Then Haley, thank you so much for the $30 over on PayPal. Guys, show some love to Haley. Yeah, and I'll read that later because I want to be able to digest the whole thing. But thank you for the love, Haley, and I'll make sure I give that a read. Thank you for the love, everybody. Please show some love to Haley down below. I appreciate everybody that has donated to and supported me today. And I honestly, just on the broader picture, appreciate everybody that's been here today. It was a little bit more of a rough day, a little bit harder to find Trump supporters. I think that it's been harder to find Trump supporters as is, just in general, because Trump has been getting progressively less popular. I think that, my live streams are a truly interesting data point in observing the general approval or disapproval of Trump's second term. Before the election, getting a Trump supporter to come up and hop on the mic and have a debate with me was so easy. You know what I mean? I could go live on a random backup account and have one loaded in and ready to go in 30 seconds. But now, 7 months into his term, what do we see? We see the opposite. Sometimes it'll take me an hour to find a Trump supporter. And, that annoys the shit out of me if you guys haven't been able to tell. But I think it's a crystal clear example of suffering from success. Because the only reason why there's significantly more trolls and less debaters today than there was 7 months ago, isn't because people have gone more out of hand and more unhinged and want to come up here and troll me for fun. No, people have always been like that. But it's rather because the overall amount of Trump supporters that are willing to voice their opinion publicly and make an argument out of it have gone down. They can't intellectually refute what I say at all anymore. So, yeah, that's at least what I see. That's at least what I see. Now, for everybody hanging out with us and here today, it has been 4.5 hours. I really appreciate everyone for joining up. I think me and my girlfriend are going to go watch some TV. By the way, before we leave, new Dexter episode drops in the middle of the night, literally 1 a.m. my time. Hell yeah. So I was planning to go live earlier tomorrow, but I'm going to be staying up until 1 a.m. to watch that shit. Oh my God. Real quick, the last episode. Oh, Bird, I'm sorry. So I was calling them Haley. Their name is Bird, B-Y-R-D. Thank you for the $35. Let's get another round of W Birds because I called them by the wrong name. While I'm talking about Dexter real quick, let me cook. Show some love to Bird, B-Y-R-D. Thank you, Bird, and I apologize. But the last episode of Dexter was so fucking good. Okay, listen. One thing I want to convince you of, or I guess the last upon a long list, because, of course, there's a bunch of things I want to convince you of that we've been talking about for the last 4.5 hours. The last thing, there you go. The last thing I want to convince you of before you take off is to watch Dexter Resurrection. And if you haven't seen the original series, watch that too. If you haven't seen New Blood, watch that second. If you haven't seen Original Sin, just fuck it. It's whatever. I don't know. I wasn't a fan. But oh my God, it is peak television. There's not a better TV show out right now. It is so good. It is absolutely the best. If I wasn't some political debater, and that's what the intention of my, existence on the internet was, I would probably run some Dexter edit account with 75 followers. I am such a big big fan of that show. Now, we were just going to hop off, but then I got a notification. Holy crap. Oh my God. Adrienne, I really hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Adrienne. Oh, dude, it's Adrian. What the fuck am I saying? It's been a long day. I need to end the stream. Adrian, thank you for the $90 donation over on PayPal. Dude, Adrian, that is so kind of you. Thank you. Thank you, Adrian. Adrian is spelled Adrienne. Now, Adrian didn't leave a message. But Adrian, I know that you're watching. Thank you for the love. That is so much money. Thank you for your kindness. I'm going to use a portion of that to go buy some ice cream for me and my girlfriend to watch tonight. So go you. Thank you for the love. Show some love to Adrian down below while we're ending. I'm going to take off though now. Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow.